Good afternoon and welcome into this presentation of Crawdads Baseball here on the Walnut Creek Streaming Network. My name is Charlie Limoncelli. Alongside me, Harry Setrakian for yet another game. Game 3 of this road adventure in Southern California for the Crawdads, Harry. Two straight losses to the Arroyo Seco Saints, and now coming to you live from Sinsheimer Park here in San Luis Obispo. A date with the Blues, the two teams atop the CCL North battling out to claim the sole spot as king in the North, Harry.
And they are. Well, they've been kicked around by the South a bit. Both teams coming off back-to-back losses, Crawdads to Arroyo Seco. And, well, I mean, it's still first place that is at play. Whoever wins today will take first place. Crawdads, you feel like you wish you'd come in today after winning yesterday in first place with a chance to build that lead, but so be it. You got to be the best. To be the best, you got to beat the best, and that's exactly what we're going to see happen today.
That we will. Just in a few seconds, first pitch today brought to you by Meadowlark Dairy, an official partner of the Walnut Creek Crawdads. Meadowlark Dairy, bringing Old Town vibes and family fun since 1919. Perfectly sunny here in San Luis Obispo, 75 degrees, not a single cloud in sight. It is a beautiful, beautiful evening for baseball. Let's have a look at our starting pitcher matchups today, brought to you by Danville Chocolates, an official partner of the Walnut Creek Crawdads. It's Moose Cuellar, the rising redshirt sophomore at Fresno State, left-hander on the bump for San Luis Obispo, and he's got a tall task to face, Harry. The Crawdad bats are hot. The run production isn't exactly where you want, but the team batting average up near 270 at this point. Let's have a look at the lineup really briefly. First, it's Daniel Pulasic leading off in left field. Then TJ Woodson batting second, playing shortstop. Mr. Crawdad Ryan Ellis batting third and the designated hitter. In the cleanup, Riley Winchell, the catcher. Dylan Pettis playing center field, hitting fifth. Elijah Ramos, the third baseman, hitting sixth. Barrett Ronson, the first baseman, seventh. Shane Aldridge in right, hitting eighth. And Lucas Carlisle in the 9 spot at second base. Cuellar ready to go, third base side of the rubber. And Pulasic steps in. 306 hitter Pulasic is in 13 games, trying to get this one started. A multi-hit game yesterday. And he takes an off-speed pitch at the knee, strike one. First pitch, 6:05 local time out here in sunny San Luis Obispo. Cuellar working quickly. 0-1 delivery. Another off-speed pitch finds the zone. Nothing in 2 to Pulasic.
Tough task for lefties today against Cuellar. 6'3" left-hander. It's going to be interesting to see how they can try and extend at bats. It's a pitcher of the same-handedness.
0-2. Cuellar kicks and deals. Pulasic just fouls it away. Cuellar, 2.79 ERA in 19 innings pitched, Harry. This is his 4th start of the season, his 7th appearance for the Blues. Been one of many fantastic pitchers in this San Luis Obispo bullpen. 0-2 again. Pulasic serves it up the middle, base hit to get the Crawdads started here in the top of the first.
And that's a good way to take the pressure off the rest of the lineup and yourself, too. Go down 0-2 to lead things off again against a lefty who's going to be really, really tough today. An ERA under 3, hitters barely hitting over 200, but Pulasic, good job to kind of steady the tide of it. It's a lively environment here at Sinsheimer Park.
That it is. Perhaps the biggest crowd the Crawdads will see all season. Pulasic at first, a threat to steal with 7 stolen bags on the season. Here's Woodson from the right side. First pitch to TJ, runner goes, it's a ball high, the throw from behind the dish, what a dime. Miles Mador from behind the dish nails Daniel Pulasic trying to catch second.
Dads have had some struggles stealing bases lately, really, only 6 for 7, or 7 for 6. Excuse me, a 7 for 8 in the last 4 games, so haven't been stealing as often as they had, and well, they've been caught now twice in back-to-back games.
1-0 to Woodson. Hit in the air to center field. Coming in is Chavez, and he'll make the catch. After a leadoff single from Pulasic, 2 outs now in the top of the first. Walnut Creek trying to be the first team on the board here. Scoring first has been their best friend.
Well, not against Arroyo Seco, not in this road trip so far. 4-run leads in both the games yesterday and the day before. But you do want to set the tone offensively. The problem hasn't been setting the tone, it's been continuing and building on it.
2 outs, no one on for Ellis. Mr. Crawdad from the left side. Cuellar's first pitch. Fastball hit in the air, left center field. Both runners tracking back Nahar and Chavez. Neither's going to get there. It bounces in front of the warning track. Ellis with extra bases, and he'll stop at second base. 2 out doubles, and the Crawdads have their first runner in scoring position on the day.
Well, wind swirling out there perhaps a bit, blowing from right to left, and Nahar, the left fielder, totally overran that to the gap towards center. It landed, I mean, his back was turned. It landed, I'd say 20, 30 feet to his left. He wasn't really close on that one, but Ellis, man, third double of the year against San Luis Obispo so far. 4 for 6 now against the Blues. Who else is to get it going but Mr. Crawdad?
Ellis at second. Winchell, the power hitting catcher to the dish from the right side. Has the platoon advantage against the lefty pitcher Cuellar. And Cuellar and Mater are going to take their time. A little bit of a reset. Now Winchell back into the box. 3 homers on the season, .230 hitter in 16 games. Cuellar winds and deals. Fastball inner third, strike 1. Winchell tied for second in the Crawdads with homers. Also tied for 4th in the league in this stat. 0-1. Breaking ball chopped on the ground to short. Murillo collects his throw across the diamond in time. The Crawdads strand Ellis at second after his 2-out double. We'll take a break. Bottom of the first after this. The Blues trying to get on top. Back for the bottom of the first, let's have a look at today's starting pitcher matchup sponsored by Danville Chocolates, an official partner of the Walnut Creek Crawdads. And for Walnut Creek, Harry, the big left-hander Joey Lorenzini makes his second start of the 2026 campaign. Committed to UC Santa Barbara earlier this summer after a spring campaign with the Arkansas Razorbacks out in the SEC. And Lorenzini, his first outing, Harry, was monster. 2 innings, 4 strikeouts, no hits, no walks, 1 hit batter in 7 batters faced. He's going to look to quiet a very potent Blues order as well. Leading off Dominic Nahar in left field, Diego Murillo playing short, Cesar Chavez in center field, Miles Mater, the catcher, batting cleanup, Brandon Comerford, the first baseman, and Kevin Spear, the designated hitter in the 6th spot, Kosei Suzuki, the right fielder, hitting 7th, Brady Alves, the second baseman, in the 8th spot, and Diego Gonzalez, the third baseman, at the bottom of the order for San Luis Obispo.
They're all going to have a tough task against Lorenzini, another tall lefty. 2 lefties going toe-to-toe today, and Lorenzini and Cuellar, but Lorenzini came onto this staff late in the season, just about a week plus ago. It already brings some of the best stuff you'll see from this Crawdad staff, so a very big day for him. And hey, we drove through the campus of UCSB today. He's got a very nice home for the next spring.
Very much so. They're going to turn him into a weapon, or at least attempt to. The tools are all there for Lorenzini. Sits between 90 and 94 with the sinker. Also features a cutter, changeup, and a breaking ball. It's a bit slurvy. Anyways, 8 righties, 1 left-hander in the Blues order. Gonzalez, the 9-man, the only lefty in the order. Here's Nahar, former Alameda Merchant and a thorn in the Crawdads' side last year. First pitch to him, fastball, knee-high, strike 1.
And yet to see the Crawdads this year did not play in the 2 games they played earlier this season, but man, I mean, you never forget who you have success against.
0-1 to Nahar. Check swing, the fastball misses upstairs. It's called a ball, so 1-1 to Nahar. Former Cal State East Bay guy, spent 2 seasons there, committed to CSU Monterey Bay recently. 280 hitter in 14 games Nahar is for the Blues. Lorenzini, 1-1. Fastball upstairs and away. Nahar, 300 hitter last year for the Merchants. continuing to hit in the CCL here this season. 2-1, ripped on a line, center field for a base hit. So both lineups start the same way. Singles to center field. Nahar, the first man aboard for the Blues.
And we'll see if the Blues want to get things going early on the base paths too. Nahar does possess some good speed at the top of the order. Didn't work well for the Crawdads, who have been kind of stealing not as effectively as earlier in the season. So scouting reports are out, and you'll see if Winchell and the Crawdads know that Nahar might be ready to go.
And Winchell, much like his counterpart Mador, very stout defensively behind the plate.
And Nahar has been caught twice, though, just one of 3 players on the team for the Blues.
Here's Murillo, the shortstop, hitting from the right side. There's a throw to first. Off target a little bit and not in time anyway. Nahar is safe.
Sometimes if you're a big, tall lefty, it takes a little extra to get to the plate. So if Nahar can time Lorenzini up, just got to make sure he goes home.
Lorenzini brings in the first pitch to Murillo. Two-seamer misses away. 1 ball and no strikes. It's now 3 balls to 1 strike that Lorenzini has dished out this outing. Still in the very early goings. Big lefty looking to settle in. 1-0 to Murillo. Wave and a miss. Off speed, got him to bite.
Really nice pitch. That's hard breaking. A lot of horizontal movement and a lot of depth. Tough pitch to catch up to after a lot of fastballs.
First big breaker we've seen from Lorenzini today. Makes the count 1-1 to Murillo. The pitch home. Off the inside of the bat, foul towards third. 1-2 count to Murillo. Cal Poly Pomona guy Murillo is. Rising graduate. 27 games he's played in this summer for San Luis Obispo. Been a mainstay in the infield. .314 hitter, .421 on base percentage, .422 slugging. There's a consistent top of the order bat, trying to keep the lineup moving for San Luis Obispo following Nahar's leadoff single. 1-2 from Lorenzini. Ripped on the line, down to the right field side, left field side, and it's in to the corner. Plastic digs it out. They're going to give Nahar the wave home. Here's the cutoff. The Woods throw from Woodson to home. Skips under Winchell's glove. Now the throw to third. Bounces out of Ramos's glove. RBI extra base hit for Murillo, and the Blues strike first.
That's really too bad. Crawdads certainly could have had one of those outs on the base pass. Don't think they would have gotten both of them, but Winchell's able to squeeze that one. It's a tough play. It's a short hop. You know the guy's coming in quickly, so you got to kind of take your eye off the ball and try and slap a tag down. I think that happened to both him and Ramos at third, trying to receive a low throw, but both were in time. Just a tough play. That pitch was turned around. Really good swing off the bat of Murillo.
Ripped down the left field line. First run of the game. Brings up the center fielder, Cesar Chavez. Cal State Los Angeles guy Chavez is. And another batter in the Blues order that's played in over 24 games. 25 exactly for Chavez. .330 hitter. .432 on base percentage. .390 slugging. First pitch from Lorenzini. Two-seamer just clips the outer third. That's a very well-located fastball there, Harry.
Very, and I'm a little surprised Crawdads not drawing the infield in. They'll let that run come in to trade it for an out.
Murillo at third. Lorenzini kicks and fires. 0-1 breaking ball hit the other way towards right and out of play.
And if you're Chavez, you see that as a hitter, it gives you a lot of confidence. You just got to really put the ball in play, and you get an RBI, another run in, extend an early lead to 2. And for the Crawdads, they're probably just thinking, you know, if we go down 2, plenty of time to come back. But strikeout situation for Lorenzini regardless.
Lorenzini's allowed 2 hits to the first batters he's faced. 0-2 home to Chavez. Check swing, two-seamer away. Chavez holds up, it's 1-2. The catcher Mador on deck in the cleanup spot. Lots of power from the right side. No one out. 1-0 lead, bottom of the first for the Blues. Another two-seamer away, and the count even at 2. Lorenzini finally, no, he and Winchell can't get on the same page, so the lefty steps off.
Something about it wasn't in rhythm, kind of taps that front foot down a couple times very subtly. Maybe just got out of rhythm with himself as a pitcher. Very important to maintain the routine.
Battery duo agrees to this here. Lorenzini, 2-2. Wave and a miss. Slider catches a bite inside. First strikeout of the day for Lorenzini. Chavez goes down swinging.
That's where he's going to live, that glove side against both righties and lefties with that pitch. Try and get it out there. Cause the backdoor break swing from the righties, and then the wild early swings from the lefties where they reach way out, think it's a fastball, try to poke it the other way, and all of a sudden, whoops, it's off the table. Did it perfectly against a righty there. And got the strikeout in the strikeout situation. Doesn't get much easier with Mador, though.
First strikeout of the day for Lorenzini makes it 1 out. Bottom of the first, still a runner at third, Murillo. And the cleanup man, Mador. Chance to drive in another run. Mador, 284 hitter, 6 extra base hits this season. And Lorenzini misses outside on the two-seamer. So much arm side bite on that two-seam pitch from Lorenzini. He's been able to locate it a couple times for strikes. 1-0 to Mader. There's the two-seamer again, ripped shallow left field, base hit. Pulasic on one hop, throws it into the infield, but an RBI single for Mador makes it a 2-0 ball game for the Blues.
Pull side letting it eat for the righties so far. A lot of space out there. It's a big outfield, so. And again, you see top of your screen the flag blowing right to left widely. It's a lot of movement over there. As Brandon Comerford, we're used to this walk-up song. Riley Winchell uses this.
That he does. Still a 1-out base runner for Brendan Comerford, the first baseman. Lorenzini comes home. Ball misses in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. Comerford, 2026 CCL All-Star selection for the Blues. Started in the outfield during the Stars and Stripes All-Star game on July 4th. The 1-0 to him. Front door breaking ball, called a strike. Comerford, 26 games, 302 hitter. 12 runs driven in, 11 extra base hits, 9 of those doubles, 2 triples. 1-1 from Lorenzini. Wave and a miss. Got him with the slider.
Extra base hit mark has him tied for third in the entire CCL. So a guy who's going to work the gaps. Has his 1 double against the Crawdads this year. Down 2 strikes, though. Strikeout, ground ball double play for Lorenzini, both in play.
Lefties 1-2. Wave and a miss. Challenge fastball upstairs, gets the bite.
And when you have a guy on first, 1 out as a batter, you're not going to, in a 2-strike count, exactly expect that high fastball in the front of your mind. So good time for Lorenzini to go after it. At the same time, you do want to attack a high pitch as a hitter as to not risk grounding into a double play. So Lorenzini wins the chess match there. Excellent decision.
2 strikeouts now for Lorenzini today. Kevin Spear, the designated hitter, working with 2 outs and a runner at first. Mador, hearty lead at the first base bag. Lorenzini is going to throw over there, but Mador is safe. Spear appearing in his 11th game for San Luis Obispo this summer. 257 average, 381 on base, and 314 slugging. Spear, a rising redshirt senior at the University of Washington. First pitch from Lorenzini. Fastball misses high. Spear just 1 extra base hit this year, which was a triple. Another pick to first, not in time. Spear just 9 games played this season for the Huskies in 2026. Trying to find some more at-bats this summer with the Blues, which he has. 1-0 to him. 2-seamer elevated too far. 2-0 count to the Blues designated hitter. 2 runs on 3 hits here in the bottom of the first for the San Luis Obispo Blues offense. 2 strikeouts, though, for Lorenzini. Trying to work back down 2-0 in this count. The delivery. Bottom third of the zone, another 2-seamer gets it.
And time to work back, 2-1. Expecting a challenge pitch is Spear. He's ahead, but if you can get this one bottom of the zone with 2-seam action, try and roll him over.
2-1. Front door breaking ball for a strike.
I like that too.
Sliders worked really well against the right-handers for Lorenzini.
Yeah, and fastball count, why not break one off?
Kosei
Really
Suzuki on deck should Spear find his way aboard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down in the bottom of the first. 2-0 lead for the Blues. Lorenzini winds and deals. How about the slider again? Bottom third of the zone, gets the strikeout looking this time. 3 on the day for Lorenzini, but 3 hits get 2 runs for the Blues, and they'll lead heading to the top of the second. We'll take a break and be back after this. Top of the second, last frame. The Blues plated 2, jumped out to an early lead, and Moose Cuellar trying to keep it with his team, the Blues, on top. Facing the heart of the Crawdad order, Perez, Ramos, and Ronson, 5, 6, and 7. Cuellar, first inning of work against the Crawdads. 2 hits, but was able to work out of a first base runner jam. Had Pulasic at first, who was then caught stealing, then stranded Ellis at second with 2 outs after inducing a ground ball to Winchell. Perez, the center fielder today, steps in. 205 average, 344 on base, 315 slugging in 21 games. He's been on base in every game of conference play. First pitch he sees, grounded right side of the infield, base hit. Extended to 22.
Streak. Yeah, he's just a machine, man.
He thrives against good pitching, which he's going to see in droves tonight.
Oh, absolutely. That's what he said. Sometimes it's harder to adjust to the guys, maybe not seeing as much velocity as he does consistently in the Big 12, but he's just been turning it up lately overall is all it is. He was still getting on base, of course, in the games prior, but the hits were just waiting to come. Now they're kind of in droves a bit.
Didn't play yesterday, but had an RBI double on Wednesday against Arroyo Seco. In any case, here's Ramos. No out base runner at first. Cuellar throws back to first, but Perez into the bag standing, safe.
We'll say Perez, though, has been strung out to dry a couple times in the last week or so. Pickoffs, caught stealing, or rather, trying to take an extra base on a base hit, perhaps.
Taking a big lead at first. Ramos squares a bunt, pops it foul into the stands. Not executed exactly how he wanted. So it makes it 0-1. Ramos, a guy that's going to put the ball in play a lot, Harry. Just 8 strikeouts to 5 walks, 19 groundouts, 24 flyouts. Good for a 216 average, 310 on base.
Yeah, it looked like squaring late for a base hit there.
Foul ball makes it 0-1. Cuellar peers back to first, and he'll throw there again. Perez safe again. Ramos, rising redshirt junior, committed to Cal State Bakersfield earlier this summer, back on June 24th. Spent a season at Cal State East Bay before that, and Fullerton before that. Cuellar, another pick to first. And Perez again is safe.
Getting a good look at the move now. Sees what it looks like when the leg comes up, and if Cuellar goes to the quick step, he's shown them both.
0-1 to Ramos. Fastball fouled back. 0-2. Ramos at third base today, traditionally a middle infielder, but with the depth that the Crawdads have on the defensive dirt, they're able to move Ramos to third, a position where he fields it pretty well. Trying to get something going here offensively, the Crawdads are. 0-2, runner goes, Ramos swings and misses, Perez at the bag, he's out. Another caught stealing for Miles Mador. Strike him out, throw him out, and all of a sudden the Crawdads have 2 outs in the top of the second. Still scoreless.
Haven't been caught twice in a game since June the 5th, the first game of league play against the Stompers. That was in Sonoma, but since then, only once. But now, I mean, geez, it has been a tough go on this road trip. Just 3 on 6 attempts. Only 50% rate.
Here's Ronson from the right side. Two-seamer up and away, ball 1. Crawdads had some momentum early in this inning, and all of a sudden, wind out of their sails, following the strike him out, throw him out. 1-0 to Ronson, wave and a miss, off speed low. Cuellar just cruising right now, Harry. He's in complete control.
Had a lot of help from his backstop too, Miles Mador. A couple of runners taken off the bags after leadoff knocks. That's a big difference.
1-1 to Ronson. Off-speed misses low and outside.
I mean, if you think about both times, runner on second with either one or nobody out versus nobody on 2 outs as a pitcher, it makes your life so much more relaxed.
All you got to do is induce some more soft contact. Don't even have to try for the strikeout. 2-1. Inside fastball to make it 2-2. Ronson, his 21st game for Walnut Creek. 2 days ago, committed to UC Riverside, headed back to the D1 level. 2-2 to him. Off speed and outside, count full.
Everybody clap your hands.
Cuellar is going to take his time. Towing back into the rubber. Ronson's ready to go in the box. Lefty's payoff. Hit in the air, deep center field. Chavez chasing back towards the warning track and just makes the catch with a couple feet to spare. Ronson gave it a ride, but the Crawdads go down 1-2-3 technically. We'll take a break. Bottom of the second after this. Bottom of the second, and it's a 2-0 lead for San Luis Obispo. Walnut Creek has not won on the road in San Luis Obispo since 2021, the first time that they came to Sinsheimer Park in the Brant Cummings era. They got a win, but since then, Walnut Creek has not had much luck against the Blues. Current tally stands at 1-7 here in San Luis Obispo. Anyways, bottom of the order for the Blues due up. Suzuki, Alves, and Gonzalez to face Lorenzini in the lefty's second inning of work. 2 runs on 3 hits in the first that Lorenzini allowed, but got all 3 outs via the strikeout. 2 swinging, 1 looking. Lorenzini's first pitch to Suzuki. Off speed and in the dirt.
Hasn't seen an inning as a Crawdad yet where he's thrown fewer than 2 strikeouts. I mean, leadoff base runner, if you get that, you're going to have to find a way to work a ground ball because it's a team that will hit pitches in the zone.
1-0 to Suzuki. 2-seamer tails too far outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Suzuki, a .280 hitter, 318 on base percentage in 21 games for San Luis Obispo. Second year Blue, the 2-0 to him. There's a 2-seamer on the inner third for a strike. Suzuki from Saitama, Japan, rising senior at LaSalle. 2-1 to him. Wave and a miss. Front door slider from Lorenzini. That's been the go-to pitch.
Especially down in the count, 2-1, saw it last inning to Cesar Chavez, who was the third batter. Eventually got the strikeout against him, so. And they're thinking fastball. Lorenzini's thinking slider so far.
Lefty with a big exhale. Now rocks back and kicks the 2-2 in. Looping breaking ball, top of the zone, called strike 3. 3 straight strikeouts for Lorenzini. 1 swinging, 2 looking. 4th of the day.
That breaker looked a little more vertical too. Maybe the curveball off the slider, the pitch before, takes a little bit extra off, like a little more, again, vertical rather than that sharp horizontal break. And I mean, you don't always want to leave it up, but sometimes if you land it at the top of that zone, it just freezes the hitter. Works out perfectly. Tough pitch to get yourself to swing at as a hitter because you think it's just way too high, all of a sudden drops down.
1 out, no one on the paths for Brady Alves, second baseman from the right side. Lorenzini delivers the first pitch. 2-seamer runs too far to the arm side. 1 ball, no strikes. Alves, a rising redshirt sophomore at Butte College. 15 games appeared in for the Blues this summer. Average below 100. The 1-0. 2-seamer away. 2 balls and no strikes to Alves. Just 3 hits and 39 at-bats does the second baseman today for the Blues have. .2-0 from Lorenzini. Another fastball that misses.
This is a guy you got to attack. 3 for 39 all summer. That is a very low rate of base hits. And striking out 15 times in those 39 at-bats just with 5 walks. So Lorenzini has to attack here. Bat is going to be on the shoulder of Alves. He's trying to get on any way he can.
3-0 hole for Lorenzini. Lefty kicks and deals. There's a 2-seamer that finds the strike zone despite popping out of Winchell's glove.
Needs to do that 2 more times. Just fire it right in the zone. Challenge this guy. Again, 3 for 39. And that's a rate where you trust the pitcher to get an out. Only 5 walks again, as I mentioned. It's just high percentage batter faced for Lorenzini.
3-1 to Alves. 2-seamer misses the top of the zone. A 5-pitch walk, first of the day, and first as a Crawdad that Lorenzini has dished out.
It's a tough one. I got to settle in, try and get the 9-hitter here, get him to top something over on the infield. Do not let this flip back to the top of the order.
But the good news for Lorenzini is he'll face the first lefty of the day for the Blues lineup. Diego Gonzalez, the third baseman. 148 hitter in 8 games, Gonzalez is. First pitch to him. Off speed at the knees, strike 1. Runner at first with 1 out here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. 2-0 lead for the Blues. And all Lorenzini and the Crawdads need here is a ground ball double play. Oh, 1, lefty-lefty. Ground ball to second. Flip from Carlisle to Woodson, over to first in time. 4-6-3, a pitcher's best friend, ends the inning. Still a 2-run lead for the Blues, but the top of the 3rd right after this. 8-9-1 due up for Walnut Creek. Coming up later today on our social media feeds, today's Player of the Game brought to you by Worth Group Restaurants, a local collection of East Bay restaurants owned and operated by Rodney Worth. Includes the Peasant and the Pear in Danville, the Bourbon Pear in Livermore, and the Golden Pear in Walnut Creek. Worth Group Restaurants, an official partner of the Walnut Creek Crawdads. Top of the 3rd, Aldridge, Carlisle, and Pulaski due up for Walnut Creek. Moose Cuellar working really effectively from the left side. And Crawdads trailing by 2. They've gotten 3 runs on 3 hits today, Harry, but haven't been able to play any. 2 runners caught stealing, and Ellis also stranded on a double back in the 1st.
Hey, message maybe becomes don't run on Miles Mador. He has shown 2 absolute strikes down to second. Leadoff runner, if Shane Aldridge gets on a guy who has a lot of speed, maybe see him stay home at first. Maybe if Carlisle bunt him over, try to walk him over, though. A little early to just play for 1 run, but just try and get a runner in scoring position with fewer than 2 outs.
First delivery to Aldridge, broken bat, foul ball behind home plate. But how about that pitch? In on the hands, breaks a piece of wood.
Gonna need a new one.
Very much so.
See who he goes for here. If TJ Woodson's got a bomb bat, which again, kind of infused with metal, and obviously not made of metal, still qualifies as a wood bat, but a lot harder to break. The guys, I think, have kind of defaulted to that one after one of theirs goes down.
And it will be. Good
like
shout,
it.
Harry.
It's all black, same as TJ Woodson's. Not sure if it is TJ Woodson's. I'm sure they're
similar model. It's got the same gold bomb logo, though.
Yeah, sure there are plenty of bomb bats to go around, but you never want to break 2 in a game, so why not break out the bomb after losing one of your favorite sticks?
0-1 to Aldridge, who was 0 for 4 yesterday against the Saints. Shane watches a fastball on the outer 3rd, strike 2.
I was talking to Dylan Perez 2 days ago, I think it was, first game at Arroyo Seco. He was talking about his orange bat, and his rule is he just brings 1 of them, has about 5 of them, but only allows himself to break 1 per game.
It's a smart personal rule.
Yeah.
0-2. Aldridge flares it off the end of the bat over to short. Murillo leaping effort at the outfield grass to get the ball down to the glove. First out in the 3rd, brings up Carlisle.
Time to be a leadoff hitter for Lucas Carlisle in the 9 spot. Been an excellent second leadoff so far. .621 on base percentage. Yet to see San Luis Obispo so far this season, but in the same way, slow, yet to see him. He takes a great at-bat.
That he does. He's been on-base machine for Walnut Creek. First pitch from Cuellar. Fastball outer 3rd, strike 1. Carlisle, .421 batting average. 8 hits, 9 walks in 19 at-bats, 29 plate appearances. The 0-1 delivery. Right-hander takes a fastball outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Pulaski at the top of the order, due up. then Woodson would be after Pulasic should Carlisle or Pulasic find a way on. 1-1 pitch misses below the knees. 2-1 to Carlisle. Cuellar, a guy who's going to go significant number of innings. Chance to hit 4 or 5 in this outing. 2-1. Inner third fastball for a strike. And if he keeps pitching like this, Harry, just throwing strikes and staying in control, he's going to have a very long outing.
That's why it's tough when you think back to the 2 caught stealings for the Crawdads. Maybe tough to get on, but they did early in innings.
2-2 to Carlisle. Popped up foul behind home plate. Well out of play.
So a kid got Shane Aldridge's broken bat off the third base line. Our producer Jack Brooks caught an eye on that one.
There you go. So a lucky fan gets a souvenir. Not every day you catch a broken bat that you can take home. 2-2 again to Carlisle. Outside fastball loads the count full.
And you have to think with that, Shane Aldridge just got a new fan today.
And that's the beautiful part about baseball.
Yeah, Shane Aldridge fan for life is that kid now.
Cuellar, the payoff to Carlisle. Fastball on the inner third, called strike 3. Carlisle thought it was ball 4. Instead, he's rung up looking. Second K of the day for Moose Cuellar.
It looked like it could have gone either way. Carlisle, a guy who's implemented really, really great patience and has shown that he knows the zone, but that one again, crowds the plate a bit, jumped back, but could have probably gone either way. I'm not upset with the call, but it's just a perfect pitch, very close.
2 outs, no one on, top of the third. Crawdads a 2-0 hole. First pitch to Pulasic. Check swing, tapped foul behind home plate. 0-1. Pulasic singled his first time up in the first inning. Had an 0-2 count and just served it into shallow center field, but was caught stealing just moments later during TJ Woodson's at-bat. Oh, 1 from Cuellar. Fastball misses high and outside. 1-1 to Pulasic, UC Irvine guy. One of 8 All-Stars for Walnut Creek this year. 1-1, off speed and outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Pulasic went 2 for 4 yesterday. 2 singles and run driven in plus a walk. And the day before against Arroyo Seco was 1 for 5 with a single in the 5th. 2-1, inside breaking ball hit shallowly up the middle and just squeaks into center field for another base knock.
I was going to say, sort of a majority of the base hits against Arroyo Seco last couple days. Sort of not the greatest contact, but still showing Pulasic with good back control. Kind of the same case there. Not a whole lot of exit velocity, but just enough to kind of fight it up the middle, inside out it a little bit. And he's so excellent at just placing it where the defense isn't. Now I got to get a 2-out rally going. Top of the order, a good time to do it.
Absolutely. Elite contact hitter Pulasic is, and so is TJ Woodson. Also leads the league, Woodson does, in doubles with 11. Cuellar throws to first. Pulasic a head first slide, safe.
So both Cuellar and Mador kind of combining efforts to keep those runners guessing. Good job by Cuellar to keep them close, and Mador to throw them out.
First pitch to Woodson, fastball high.
As a pitcher, your job really is just to mix up your timing, maybe throw a couple times over there to mess up the rhythm of the runner at first. As a lefty, you already have a bit of a natural advantage.
Cuellar, the 1-0 delivery. Woodson takes an inside fastball for a strike. 1-1, Woodson last time up flew out to center field. Chavez was waiting for him. Ryan Ellis on deck. 2-out base runner, Pulasic at first, and he has to dive back to the bag. The pickoff unsuccessful.
Usually you see a little bit of a shorter lead against lefties, but Pulasic extending it, full step and a dive away. What you really see is when he starts to lift that front leg, maybe lean back towards first a bit just to be sure of it.
1-1. Woodson takes an off-speed pitch that's away.
So that to say, you can't get quite as good of a secondary against these lefties, so it might be harder to score from first on a two-out base hit if Woodson gets extra bags.
2-1. Woodson just fights it off the inside part of his bat, fouled to third. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cuellar looking for just one more to get out of this inning. And Miles Mador, the catcher, has already been tested twice, and he's won both of those contests. Thrown out 2 runners at second trying to steal, Palasic and Perez. Another pickoff at first. And Comerford won't even bother laying down the tag. Throw wasn't in time. Woodson, all-star starter for the CCL North. 2-2 to him. Off the inside part of his bat, hit high in the air, foul territory towards third. Gonzalez over there at the Crawdad dugout, makes the catch, ends the inning. Crawdads strand another base runner. We'll take a break. 2-0 lead for the Blues on the other side. Bottom of the third, the San Luis Obispo Blues leading at home 2-0 over the Walnut Creek Crawdads. First and second place teams in the north battling for that top spot. Winner today will have sole possession of first in the division. Top of the lineup due up in the bottom of the third. Nahar, Murillo, and Chavez to face Lorenzini for the second time today. And Lorenzini, first time he faced Nahar and Murillo, allowed hits. Nahar a leadoff single, then Murillo knocked him home. Extra bases for an RBI that got the first run of the game across. Nahar from the right side. Lefty Lorenzini, 36 pitches already in this outing. First offering, slider hits the outer third for a strike.
Obviously, these guys have seen Lorenzini already, was setting the tone early with the fastball. We'll see if he does exactly more of that. Early sliders.
Lefty delivers 0-1. Inside breaking ball fouled away. Nothing in 2.
2 in a row, 1 outside, 1 inside. There you go. Maybe you're going to pitch backwards, look to use the fastball kind of as a strikeout pitch. Devin James did something similar yesterday.
It's a pitch that especially can do it. It's a sinker that has arm side run, moves away from the dominant right-handed order for the Blues. Lorenzini kicks and deals, 0-2. Check swing, the appeal to first base. No, he didn't. Off speed and low. 1-2 to Nahar. Nahar, .303 hitter in 2 seasons at Cal State East Bay. Male Athlete of the Year as a freshman in 2025. 1-2. Sinker hit into left field, base hit. Nahar, 2 at-bats, 2 singles into the outfield.
Very similar to what Pulaski did last at bat. Got down 2 strikes, kind of just threw the bat out, controlled it through the zone to poke it up over the infield. All you need to do with 2 strikes. So excellent 2-strike hitting on display from our leadoff hitters today. That's why they're there.
Absolutely, Nahar, just a classic contact-oriented bat. Really good at the top of the order. Left-hander warming up for Walnut Creek, Austin Bolello throwing pitches in the bullpen. First offering to Murillo, high chopper to second. Carlisle collects, flips to Woodson for 1. On to first, high throw, not in time anyway. Murillo safe at the fielder's choice, but 1 out in the bottom of the 3rd.
Would have been really tough to turn, high hop. Carlisle handled it nicely. Kind of came in at first, wanted to look for maybe a 4-6 or 4-3 rather double play, just take it to the bag himself, just not quite hit hard enough. So big anyways to get the first out. That got a little dicey at second too. Almost saw no one out there.
Yeah, very close play. Woodson just able to snag it home in time. Carlisle had the flip with about a half second to spare. Here's Chavez, struck out his first time. Murillo goes, the throw from Winchell, 1 hop offline. Had a good pop time, but the throw just not in time.
Yeah, really good jump at first from Nahar. Lorenzini didn't really look over there, and Nahar read it well. Just got to, against lefties, you got to commit to the go on the first move, and he did there. Not expecting it. First pitch was Lorenzini.
Was called a strike at the dish, so 0-1 to Chavez. Murillo at second following the stolen bag. Lorenzini peers to second, 0-1. 2-seamer just outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Chavez struck out on 5 pitches in the first inning. Lorenzini kept him guessing, and he guessed incorrectly. Lefties 1-1. And it bounces off of Chavez, hit by pitch. Holds Murillo at second, which the Crawdads defense will take. Now the double play back into a possibility.
Yeah, open base, and you don't have to throw at 4+ pitches to walk a guy. Sometimes against guys who have such good contact ability, similar to Chavez, you don't want to have to throw so many pitches in an at-bat. See him foul a bunch of pitches off, work it out. Sometimes you prefer the hit by pitch, but obviously Lorenzini would have preferred a strikeout overall. But like you said, Charlie, it's not the end of the world. It sets up a double play, but Mador is a guy who's had the Crawdads number this year and has kind of had the CCL's number. He's just been great, so tough situation.
Yep, that's the downside, is now you have to face the cleanup man, Mador, with just 1 out and 2 runners on. Mador, 17 ribbies already for slow this season. Rising redshirt freshman at Indiana deals real damage in the cleanup spot. First pitch from Lorenzini, 2-seamer well high. And Winchell had a good pop time, could have caught Chavez at first, but Ronson wasn't covering the bag. Infield playing deep.
Just letting him know I'm thinking about you. Over there, 90 feet away. It's me, Riley, hey.
One 0 to Mador. Slider at the knees, strike 1. Haven't seen too much of the slider in this inning, Harry, and it's been the most effective pitch for Lorenzini. Got to wonder if he's going to start going back to it a little more. Carlisle shading over towards second. 1-1. Hard ground ball to third. Ramos collects, fires to second for 1. Carlisle, his throw on to first. Diving effort, Mador. He slides headfirst safely to avoid the double play. Runners on the corners, 2 down, bottom of the 3rd. And Comerford now with a chance to tack on 1 more.
A lot of moving parts there. Thought maybe Ramos could go to the bag himself, fire a throw across the diamond to first, though. A guy who's kind of, we've seen more at second base a bit more, so the arm not quite as strong as this. Kevin Parker Jr., who can fire it. Would have thought if he were there, he would have probably opted for the third to first, but ball again hit a bit too slow to really complete either double play.
Out comes one of the assistant pitching coaches for Walnut Creek, Gabe Rojas, to have a chat with Lorenzini and the infield. Try to attack what's likely going to be Lorenzini's last batter.
Yeah, and also probably talking over first and third situation here. 2 down. Miles Mador might want to try and steal second, get hung up between first and second, and have the backside runner, Diego Murillo, try and sneak home which the Crawdads did successfully, sort of at the assistance of the Arroyo Seco defense the other day. But just got to keep your wits about you, talking about, hey, if he goes, maybe we cut the throw halfway from second, or just no throw at all. Maybe pump a throw, see what they do at third. If they're uber aggressive, you can get Murillo maybe a couple steps off of third and fire a throw behind him. But just trying to get their defense, have their wits about them also. Keep Lorenzini, keep his nerves calm.
Meeting at the mound officially done. Comerford has not seen a pitch yet in this at-bat. First time he was up, struck out on 4 pitches against Lorenzini in the first inning. Lefty kicks and deals. Backdoor slider for a strike. 0-1.
Nice. And we'll see if they start to maybe expect early sliders. He's thrown them a lot the second time through.
(0-1) from Lorenzini. Comerford hits a fastball through left field side. Base hit and an RBI. 3-0, the Blues on top.
If you're Lorenzini, you make your pitch again. It's an outside pulled fastball. You don't really want to be ahead of that one if you're Comerford, but he's such an excellent pitcher hitter rather, that he'll be able to control the barrel, pull it through. And well, as you forecasted, that was the final batter for Lorenzini. His day will be done as Brent Cummings heads out.
So we'll take a quick break. Bottom of the third continues right here on the Crawdads Streaming Network after this break. Bottom of the third, the Crawdads with 2 outs defensively, but the Blues have added 1 more. RBI single from Brandon Comerford, and now Austin Bolello, the left-hander, comes out, try to get Kevin Spear to retire. Spear, the 6-hole hitter for the Blues, struck out on 5 pitches against Lorenzini to end the first inning. Lorenzini, 2 2/3, 5 hits, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, 1 hit by pitch. At this point, 3 runs to his tally, but he's also responsible for the runners at second and first. Chavez at second, Comerford at first. Bolello out of the stretch. First pitch to Spear, off speed, inner third for a strike.
2 guys playing out in the PNW. Willamette University, Austin Bolello. Washington University, or University of Washington, I should say, Kevin Spear.
Bolello, his 5th appearance this summer for the Crawdads, 2.25 ERA. 0-1 delivery, off speed in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike.
He's done a nice job in these kinds of situations with runners on. Sometimes maybe because he's walked a couple on, but he settles in now, having to inherit some. See how he deals with this.
Doesn't have overpowering stuff, but really works well into soft contact. 1-1. Spear hits it on a line. Diving effort from Ronson just past his glove. Base hit. Chavez rounding third. He'll come in to score. And Comerford safe at third. Another RBI single, this time from Spear. 4-0 San Luis Obispo.
That's just a great swing. First time feels like we've seen these Blues hitters go the other way with it. With Bolello, like you said, not super overpowering, so you can let it get a little bit deeper. And the righty Spear saw the fastball outside part of the plate, just able to drive it the other way. And below, the bread and butter is going to be the breaking balls. See if he starts to work one in, though. Does have to face 2 more righties, so it'll be breaking into the hitter.
Here's the 7th right-hander in the order, Kosei Suzuki. First pitch to him. Fastball, outer third, strike 1. Blello throws back to first, and now they've caught the runner in a pickle. Ronson's going to run over to third as they've got Comerford there as well. Now the throw to home. Winchell's got it, and Ramos backing up at third. Winchell lays the tag. They catch Comerford in the kind of double steal attempt. Ends the inning. Suzuki's at-bat will resume in the bottom of the 4th. 4-0, Blues on top. Crawdads trying to eat into the lead in the top of the 4th after this. Four-run deficit for the Crawdads in the top of the 4th inning. Ellis, Winchell, and Perez, 3, 4, and 5. A chance to do something about it. But this game, the outcome that's most important, a win today for either team will secure first place in the CCL North Division. The Blues obviously currently occupy first in the division, Walnut Creek second, but based on winning percentage, which is the only thing that matters in the CCL for playoff rankings, Crawdads and the Blues neck and neck. Ellis had a 2-out double in the first offer from Cuellar upstairs.
And it's a win that the Crawdads need a bit more than the Blues, of course. I mean, Blues, if they win, at a 100% percentage points above the Crawdads, but the Crawdads take the win. They'll be 731 winning percentage to 724 of the Blues.
1-0, fastball hits the zone against Ellis. So 1 ball and 1 strike, and also notably, Harry, these two teams only going to play 4 times in the regular season. The Blues up 2-0 on the season series. And after winning percentage, head-to-head matchups, the second most important factor in playoff rankings.
It's a Crawdad must win pretty much. I mean,
exactly.
Only one more to come. You can only tie it in the season series.
1-1 to Ellis, off speed and high.
Need to get a lead here and build it because San Luis Obispo already has that lead, 750 win percentage to the Crawdads at 720. It'll just keep building, and a head-to-head win would be huge for Slow.
Ellis, a tough guy to get out. Ahead 2-1. Hits this one on the ground over to second. Alves deflects off his glove. The question is, hit or an error?
Hard hit to his right side, and sliding play.
They're going to give him an error on the official scorekeeper's tab. But nonetheless, it's a leadoff base runner for Walnut Creek.
You'll take it. Crawdads have been so excellent at taking advantage of extra bases that they get. Mistakes in the field. This is a team that doesn't make a lot of errors, really. Best fielding percentage in the league. They're tied for that are the Blues, so rare miscue there. Time to take advantage.
First pitch to Winchell, fouled away behind home plate. 0-1. Winchell grounded out to short that ended the first inning. Ellis was at second that time. This time, no outs, top of the fourth. Ellis starts off at first. Vlasic, Woodson, Ellis, and Winchell, the four guys in the top of the order for Walnut Creek, all All-Stars. 0-1 from Cuellar to Winchell. Fastball top of the zone, fouled back.
Fourth error on the year, by the way, for Alves. Ties him for Slow's team lead. Three-way tie over there. Miles Mador is 4. And Brendan Comerford, too. Those two, though, backing it up with the bat a bit more than Alves.
Winchell in an 0-2 hole. Ellis, short lead at first. Cuellar has just allowed 4 hits to the Crawdads. No runs have come across. 0-2, Winchell takes in the left-handed batter's box. Winchell, rising redshirt sophomore, heading to Sac State. Had a monster year at Chabot College. Remains a power threat, 3 home runs on the season, slugging .432 in 16 games. Cuellar, 1-2, upstairs fastball gets Winchell to bite and miss. Third strikeout of the day for the Blues left-hander.
And not the pitch you want to go after kind of being gifted a leadoff base runner. That one above the head of Winchell, man, it's just always looks better than it is. Ill-advised swing. And a tough one. Now, lefty to face the lefty. It's a little tougher.
Lefty-lefty matchup, Perez. First time he saw Cuellar, singled on the first pitch he saw in the second, but was caught stealing. 22-game on-base streak now for Perez with that single. Cuellar's first delivery, outer third fastball, strike 1.
He had some cut on it, too, kind of going away from Perez. Throwing the moving stuff, trying to induce a miss, barrel ground ball.
Ellis at first, 1 down, top of the fourth. Crawdads trail 4. 0-1 from Cuellar. Perez takes in the dirt. Perez, 16 walks to 20 strikeouts. It's just a guy that's able to find his way to get aboard. 9 runs driven in this season. 1-1 to him. Off the end of the bat, foul above the Crawdad dugout, which is at third today.
It's the type of swing Cuellar is looking for out of Perez right now. Pushing the outside, pushing the envelope out there, going consistently to it. After Perez pulled a base hit his first time on the ground, was kind of on a middle-in fastball. Now being worked very differently than the one pitch he saw last AB.
Entire arsenal open for Cuellar. Lefty kicks and delivers. Inside breaking ball just misses. 2-2.
Perez fearless too. Maybe stuck the arm out a little bit. Kept it in there, but just standing still, making sure if he does get hit in there and it's not called back for a strike, reaching it into the zone, he's holding his position.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Perez takes a fastball high, well above his head. Full count to the Crawdad center fielder.
See if they want to send Ellis. It is just 1 out, but 3-2, kind of an action pitch. Might see something in the zone, contact. Somewhat likely a walk also on the table.
Payoff from Cuellar. Breaking ball at the knees, called strike 3. Perez stunned. Back-to-back strikeouts from Cuellar. Now 2 down in the top of the fourth. And Harry, it's only the top of the fourth, but it feels like the longer the Crawdads wait to get runs across, the more this game slips out of their reach.
It does. They really haven't had any rallies going yet because of the caught stealing.
First pitch to Ramos, popped up. Third base side, foul territory. Gonzalez running it over, lands in the Crawdad bullpen for a foul ball. 1 strike to Ramos now.
And they have gotten a leadoff base runner 3 out of the 4 innings, but 2 out of those 3 times has been a caught stealing, like I alluded to. So kind of been off base to start early innings. It seems like Whenever there's 2 outs, they eventually get a guy on base hit. But it's just not sustainable to score runs, and I mean, that's shown so far. It's a big goose egg in the scoring column.
Oh, 1 to Ramos. Fastball lifted in the air, deep center field. Chavez tracking it back to the warning track. He won't get there. Lance for extra bases. Ellis rounding third. He'll head in to score. RBI double Elijah Ramos, and the Crawdads finally get on the board.
Wow. Ramos tagging that one deep. Man, he's been just a kind of contact singles guy all year long. But he put that one deep to left center field, and it's a deep ballpark. That one at Monte Vista may be riding up out of here, but geez, that ball was crushed. Just kept going, carried well. Again, wind is helping out a bit over to left field, so big time for a big swing to get the first run on the board for the Crawdads. Like we were just saying, now they've broken through a bit. Here's a bit of a rally.
Over 380 feet to left center field where Ramos tagged that ball. Now still an RBI chance for Ronson here, the 7-hole man for Walnut Creek. 4-1, the Blues still lead. Cuellar's first pitch, fastball away. Ronson, first time he was up, had a full count and hit a deep fly ball to center field, much like Ramos did, but that time Chavez in center was able to go out and nag it. One 0 to Ronson. Fastball high.
Yeah, I mean, that Ramos swing almost had a chance to be his first collegiate homer, too. It was deep part of the yard, but and he gave it a good ride. Farthest ball he's hit this summer, no doubt.
Absolutely. And when the Crawdads needed it most, he was able to do something. 2-0 to Ronson. Fastball inner third. 2-1.
And now here's a guy who has hit plenty of collegiate level home runs and has been showing off the power, really possesses it. Pull side. If he gets on one, he could take on this ballpark. And Barrett Ronson, I mean, swinging well lately too. Would be a good time for his first of the summer.
9 long balls at Santa Ana College for Ronson, but none this summer. As he's going to call time as Cuellar was about to come home on the pitch. Ramos, a guy with plus speed at second base. But 2 outs. Likely not moving until there's 2 strikes on Ronson.
Hmm.
2-1 to the UC Riverside commit. Cuellar deals. Never mind, he'll step off and throw to second. But Alves wasn't over there really to cover the bag, so it's just kind of a rainbow throw.
Yeah, Mador also made kind of a motion cross his body with his glove, looking like he was calling a sign to take a look, and Ramos I think caught onto that. He was kind of running back right after he saw that motion of the glove.
Big lead again for Ramos at second. Now the 2-1. Ronson hits it in the air toward right field, but trailing well out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to the Crawdad first baseman. And Harry, we've seen the power in batting practice from Ronson, just hasn't been able to catch enough of one in a game action this summer. 20 games, 5 extra base hits, all of them doubles.
Yeah. Had a big one at Arroyo Seco, probably closest he's been.
That was about 5 feet from a homer a game or 2 ago. 2-2 now, Cuellar misses well outside. Second full count of the day to Ronson. Aldridge is on deck.
Like the approach of the Crawdads. The second time through, a little more patient, drawing more pitches out of the starter Cuellar.
Wind favoring pull side for the righties, blowing from center field to left field. 3-2 from Cuellar. Wave and a miss. Ronson out in front of the fastball. Ramos stranded, but his RBI double gives Walnut Creek their first run of the day in the top of the 4th. We'll go to the bottom half of the frame. 3-run lead for San Luis Obispo. Bottom of the fourth, 4-1 lead for San Luis Obispo. It was 2 2/3 inning appearance for Joey Lorenzini, the Crawdad starter. 5 hits, 4 runs, all earned, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, 1 hit by pitch. Austin Bolello, the next lefty, took over, and the first batter he faced, Kevin Spear, hit an RBI single. And Bolello was facing Kosei Suzuki in the bottom of the third, but had a bit of a double steal, Chavez and Comerford, and Chavez was caught out at home in a pickle. So Kosei will resume his at-bat. First pitch he sees, hit on the line, right field side, base hit. Aldridge digs it out and just limits it to a single.
It's just as I mentioned last inning when Bolello came in, is these guys can kind of let those pitches get a bit deeper, see them longer, because it's not coming in as hard as Lorenzini. And I do like the move going from the hard thrower Lorenzini into kind of the softer finesse pitcher in Bolello. He moved from the Walnut Creek manager, Brent Cummings, but he really wound up on that one, did Suzuki, and deposited it hard the other way. Probably thought he could have hit it a bit further, maybe to the pole side, but still a good swing, and they're seeing Bolello pretty well so far.
No out base runner. Now first pitch to Alves, fastball low and in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes. Alves walked on 5 pitches against Lorenzini in the second, but was out after Gonzalez hit into a 4-6-3 double play. It's exactly what the Crawdads would like to see again. Another ground ball double played. Get out of the base runner. Bolello's pitch on the 1-0 is inside. 2 balls and no strikes.
They've really had a tough time at attacking Alves. So far, too. Guy in the 8th spot is only hitting .077 this summer, 3 for 39, as I mentioned. Try not to beat the dead horse there, but just got to attack here. This is the guy you want to get.
2-0 from Bolello. Slow breaking ball, top of the zone, misses. 3-0 to Alves. And these are the outs, Harry, that you have to have.
Absolutely need them. And these bottom of the order hitters, credit them. They're making Crawdad pitchers work, flipping it over to the very strong top.
3-0, Alves squares bunt. Pulls it back, and it's low. 4-pitch walk. Alves entered the game with 5 walks on the season in 15 games, now in his 16th. He's been aboard twice via the base on balls.
Hasn't seen a lot of pitches that are close either. That is something that the Crawdad staff will look back at and really want to figure out soon.
Out comes Gabe Rojas again to have a chat with Bolello this time. Back in the 3rd inning. Went out to talk to Lorenzini in the infield when Spear was coming up to, when Comerford was up to bat. Had to attack with runners on the corners. And Comerford ended up hitting that RBI single that brought it to a 4-0 lead for San Luis Obispo.
You talk about a double play situation. This kind of feels like it's a must-have triple play situation. You have the looming Dom Nahar, 2 for 2. Diego Murillo, 1 for 2 with an RBI double. Reached on a fielder's choice, has scored 2 runs, stole a base as well. And Cesar Chavez, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout and hit by pitch. But just the big boomers are coming up next for the Blues, and you really need an out here. At least 1 for Bolello. 2 would be great. 3 would be incredible.
That it would.
And unlikely.
Very much so. But lefty-lefty matchup here for Bolello. Now the breaking stuff will work away from Gonzalez. Corner infield playing in, middle back. First pitch, outer third, off speed for a strike. 0-1 to Gonzalez, rising sophomore at the University of San Diego. 42 games there, .276 hitter. 0-1, squares bunt, lays it down foul, third base side. So 0-2. Gonzalez hit into that 4-6-3 double play, ended the 2nd inning. Entered this contest sub 150 hitter, 9 strikeouts, 5 walks, and 27 at-bats. Slow trot back to the left-handed batter's box. Alves awaits at first, Suzuki at second. Bolello fires the 0-2. Wave and a miss. Breaking ball low. First strikeout of the day for Austin Bolello. Lineup turns anew. 1 out, 2 on for Nahar.
Snapped off a nasty breaking ball or changeup there. Just floated in, way out in front Gonzalez. And Grant Cummings coming to get him. Get someone new to face the top of the order. We'll see who.
So as manager Brent Cummings walks out for the Crawdads, we'll take a break. Bottom of the fourth resumes after the break. One down in the bottom of the fourth, 2 on, and the Crawdads go to Paul Wheeler, one of 3 All-Stars on their staff, the left-hander from the University of San Francisco, making his 8th appearance. Harry, he's 2-0 and 10 2/3 innings pitched. Pitched on July 4th in the All-Star game, just went 1 inning, went scoreless, but prior to that, faced the Sonoma Stompers on July 1st, an inning where he allowed 1 hit with 2 strikeouts, but no runs.
Been the Crawdads guy. I need him here. Really do. It's the top of the order that's dominated today. And this is the Crawdads, potentially their best out of the bullpen.
2-pitch guy Wheeler is, sinker slider. There's a sinker that just misses inside. One and 0 to Nahar. He's 2 for 2 with a pair of singles. 1-0 from Wheeler. Wave and a miss. Sinker outside, foul tipped into Winchell's glove.
And while it's only 2 pitches, it's 2 that he mixes very well and 2 that are fairly elite at the Division I and collegiate level, and can induce a ground ball.
Wheeler's been the fireman of sorts for Walnut Creek. ERA of 0 through his first 7 appearances. The 1-1 is in the dirt. 2-1 to Nahar. Suzuki at second, Alves at first. 2-1 from Wheeler out of the stretch. Wave and a miss. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Nahar. Wheeler looking for some kind of put away. Middle infield playing deep, as is Ramos at third and Ronson at first. 2-2. Hit up the middle. Base hit for Nahar. Carlisle's diving effort just missed the glove. Perez won't bother throwing home. Suzuki scores, RBI single, and the lead back to 4 for San Luis Obispo, 5-1.
Really softly hit. Twice that Nahar has just deposited it to the perfect spot with 2 strikes. Getting the bat on the ball, it's really valuable here in the CCL. Hitting it where they ain't. I thought Perez could have had a shot at home, but would have been tough. But regardless, Nahar 3 for 3, 2 base hits, back-to-back innings, where he's gone 2 strikes and just willed it into a gap off the infield.
This is exactly what he did last year as a member of the Alameda Merchants against Walnut Creek. Found ways aboard on hard hit singles on the infield and line drives into the gaps. Does it again as a member of the Blues. Here's Murillo. 1 for 2, an extra base hit in the first, fielder's choice in the third, and a stolen base. Wheeler misses, heater away. 1 ball, no strikes to Murillo. Alves now at second, and Nahar with speed at first. Wheeler from the third base side of the rubber. 1-0 to Murillo. Wave and a miss.
Oh boy, big one, big hack. Thought it was the sinker, got the slider instead, just right on through it.
Slider, when it's been located in this appearance, has looked really nice for Wheeler. It's been the main pitch against right-handers all season long. 1-1 home. Sinker, hard ground ball to first. Ronson over to second. Woodson collects, no throw to first. Murillo safe again on a fielder's choice. But now 2 down, runners at the corners for Chavez.
Right decision, bluff the throw, see if you get any movement off of third. You still get the lead runner, or well, not the lead runner, but one of the runners. Tough double play, probably was impossible to turn. Just need one more now if you're Wheeler. One more soft contact.
Crawdads got 1 back in the 4th. The Blues have already responded. RBI single from Nahar, who was out at second on that fielder's choice. Alves 90 feet away from the 6th run of the day for San Luis Obispo. Chavez to the dish, 0 for 1. Wheeler turns and delivers. Two-seamer misses opposite batter's box.
If you're Brent Cummings, you're hoping you might get an inning or 2 out of Paul Wheeler here too. Had to go to him early. Still middle portion of this one.
1-0 pitch from the left-hander. Slider that finds the knee zone. 1 ball and 1 strike. Just floated in.
Really nice.
Two outs, runners at the corners. Blues already extended lead, back to 4. 1-1, runner at second goes, wave and a miss. Dropped in front of Winchell, and Nahar takes first, no problem. Stolen base, 2 RBI chance now for Chavez, but it's 1 and 2 to him.
89 now for the Blues, 1 shy of 90 on the season. 89 for 102, pretty solid conversion rate.
1-2 from Wheeler. Slider misses away. 2 and 2 with 2 base runners and 2 outs. Bottom of the 4th. Chavez, 6 extra base hits this season, 28 runs driven in. A chance for more. 2-2 from Wheeler. Sinker gets behind Winchell. He doesn't know where it is. 1 run comes in. That's Alves. 6-1. San Luis Obispo leads.
It's unusual to see a pass ball on the catcher Winchell. That one, the sinker just got bared a little bit too low, I suppose. A little too much gas. Couldn't find it after that, too. Still had a chance once it got by him. Not to be.
Full count to Chavez. Wheeler hits the sinker, outer corner, strike 3 called. That'll do it in the 4th, but 2 more for San Luis Obispo. 6-1 the lead now. We'll take a break. Crawdads with a chance in the top of the 5th to get back closer. Aldridge, Carlisle, and Pulaski do up 8-9-1. The Crawdads trail by 5 in the top of the 5th inning. 6 runs on 8 hits and 1 defensive error by Walnut Creek for San Luis Obispo. 1 run on 5 hits for the Crawdads. Moose Cuellar still out there. The starter for the Blues has been, rather effective, Harry. Just the 1 run's come across. The Crawdads, on the other hand, have had to use 3 pitchers already.
They have, yep, and it's the 1 run unearned, too, on Moose's line, so you got to think it's sort of like an ERA shutout as far as he's concerned. 4 solid innings. 60 pitches, though, creeping up towards where you've seen pitchers start to get taken out here in the CCL, even at this point in the season.
First pitch to Aldridge, fastball high.
Got to say, Crawdads maybe can't wait to get him out of this one. I mean, although they got the run last inning, you could argue it was one of his best. Had 3 strikeouts.
That he did. Struck out Winchell, Perez, and Ronson. Aldridge, first time he was up, lined out to short. 1-0, fastball inside, gets a piece of Aldridge's elbow guard. First hit by pitch for Cuellar. And it's a leadoff base runner for the 4th inning out of 5 for Walnut Creek.
Need to capitalize. Did last inning on the reach by error. The E4, Ryan Ellis got on, eventually scored on Ramos' double. So they just want to hit by pitch, kind of a similar vein as an error. It's a free pass.
And if there ever was a Crawdad you wanted at the dish with a chance to either move runners over or get on, it's Carlisle. First pitch he sees, fouled away off the inner part of his barrel. It's into the seats, a souvenir for a fan. Carlisle struck out, had a full count in the 3rd, and was called out. Breaking ball at his knees. Just the 6th strikeout of the year for Carlisle to 9 walks, 8 hits through 7 games, now 8. Cuellar, 0-1. Carlisle watches a fastball on the outer 3rd for a strike.
Well, the walks have been reducing at the pace at which they're occurring with Carlisle a bit. The hits have been increasing. 5 for his last 10 entering today. So far 0 for 1, down 0-2 now. Maybe he wants to try and work his walk approach and protect, but take close balls.
0-2 from Cuellar, hits Carlisle in the shoulder. 2 straight hit batters for Moose Cuellar. He was well ahead of Carlisle,
yeah.
Had him right where he wanted him, and that's a mistake.
That is huge, and Carlisle, it doesn't feel good. I mean, it's a front arm just got absolutely smoked by a fastball, so you'd hope to, as a batter, get hit in an 0-2 count, but with a knuckleballer on the mound. You never want to get drilled by the fastball, because that one looked pretty hot. He's shaking out the left arm there. So we're going to maybe get some attention, but that being said, the Crawdads and Carlisle will absolutely take it. Let him off the hook 0-2. Now 2 runners on with back-to-back hits by pitch. Top of the order up.
Brian Traynor, the pitching coach, out for San Luis Obispo to have a chat. Daniel Pulaski, top of the order, comes up. Aldridge and Carlisle on board after a pair of hit batters. And Pulaski is 2 for 2 with a pair of singles in the 1st and the 3rd. It's exactly the guy you want at the dish, Harry.
It's a moment where you need it. You need him to at least maybe pull the ground to right side. That's a little deep so the runners can move over. You don't want him to obviously pull a ground ball into a double play, but he's been using the middle of the field today. Looking to do the same now. The middle might be a bit more congested with the shortstop Murillo and the second baseman Alves and double play depth, but he's been swinging a nice, an effective bat, popping it over the infielders.
First offering to Pulaski. Fastball hits the zone, outer 3rd specifically. Nothing in 1 to the UC Irvine Anteater Pulaski. Both runners, lots of speed on the bases, Aldridge and Carlisle. 0-1. Breaking ball on the outer 3rd for a strike this time.
It's a tough one. It's a little wider, but got to protect that now. Down 0-2. Now you know.
Woodson's on deck. Aldridge at 2nd, Carlisle at 1st. No one out, top of the 5th. 0-2, Pulaski hits it hard on the ground, gets through past first base for a single. Pulaski stops at 1st, Aldridge in to score. Carlisle at 3rd, he'll hold. RBI single, Daniel Pulaski, 3 for 3. How about the day for the Crawdad left fielder?
Massive swing 0-2 too. I mean, just really got his pitch. Sometimes if you're seeking one out, you're lucky to get it 0-2, and I think he got it. Really put a good swing on that one, pulled it down the line for a hard hit knock, and it's kind of demoralizing as a pitcher in Cuellar. You hit the first guy in the inning, never great, but then you go up 0-2 on the next one and let him off the hook with a hit by pitch, then get up 0-2 on Pulasic and give up a hard base hit. And now Crawdads in a bit of business. One swing makes it a one-run ball game, perhaps.
And now out comes the manager for San Luis Obispo, Dean Traynor. Second mound visit of the inning means a call to the bullpen. Moose Cuellar's day, in all likelihood, done. We'll stay here just a second until Traynor officially makes the move. But this one kind of all but set in stone. And there it is. So we'll take a break here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. When we come back, 2 on, no one out, top of the 5th. Carson Boyer, the left-handed pitcher for San Luis Obispo, sidearm delivery out of the bullpen, relieves Moose Cuellar. 4 innings of work, 5 hits, 5 strikeouts, no walks, 2 hit batters for Cuellar. The runs on his tally yet to be finalized, as his base runners are Carlisle and Pulasic at the corners. TJ Woodson from the right side, 0 for 2. Fly out to center field, a pop out to third in his first 2 at-bats today. Crawdads trail by 4. They got 1 back in this inning, courtesy of Pulasic's RBI single. Boyer, rising redshirt freshman at Gonzaga, 5.25 ERA this season for the Blues in 12 innings. First pitch to Woodson, off the end of the bat. Hit over to second, or pardon me, to short, on for 1, and not in time over to first. Woodson able to plate 1. That's Carlisle coming in to score on the fielder's choice.
That'll work. It's an at-bat you'll be pleased enough with. Gets the run in, 3rd run of the day for the Crawdads. Makes it 6-3, and you still stay on base yourself with kind of the big part of the lineup that's been getting it done today a little bit. And Ryan Ellis up next. Behind him, so far not the production you'd hope for, but Ellis has had the golden stick so far.
6-3 Blues. Woodson at first. And first pitch to Ellis. Here's a back pick to first. Gets past the first baseman Comerford, and Woodson will advance to second base. Tough E2 for Miles Mador behind home plate. He's looked really good.
Yeah.
2 caught stealing. Misses there.
And he's throwing back to first with a lot of confidence, which he should, because he's thrown so far down to second on the on a dime a couple of times. And he would have had Woodson, too. He was way out beyond first with a secondary lead, but just sailed the first baseman Comerford down the line.
There's a called strike to Ellis. 0-1 with an RBI chance for Mr. Crawdad. That pitch from Boyer misses well away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ellis, 1 for 2 today. Doubled in the first, reached on an E4 in the 4th, was later able to score on the RBI double from Elijah Ramos. Ellis, 529 on base percentage, 633 slugging this year in 17 games. Boyer 1-1. Ellis hits it in the air to center field. Chavez ranging over to his right, makes the catch.
Good read on a day like today. Might be a bit of a tougher play than you'd expect. Wind blowing over there. And already off the lefty bat, it's going to kind of tail towards the left side from the hitter's perspective. So Chavez doing a good job of just running, sprinting to the spot and continuing to go past where you might expect it. Sun also in his eyes a little bit there, so it's not an easy one, even though he made it look so easy.
Crawdads have added 2 in this inning, top of the 5th, trailing by 2. Woodson's at second, Winchell now at the dish. Boyer kicks and deals. Fastball misses away.
Really funky delivery, too. Didn't mention that yet. Tough to pick up.
Yeah, both lefties and righties going to have problems with it. 1-0 to Winchell. Right-hander watches a fastball sit at his knees. 1 ball and 1 strike to the Crawdad catcher. Ground out in the first for Winchell, then a strikeout swinging in the 4th. Boyer will step off here, take his time. Blues only need 1 more out to get out of this inning and give the Bats another chance to extend the lead yet again. Boyer, high strikeout guy, 15 Ks to just 4 walks. His 1-1. Winchell takes well inside, just gets the knees out of the way. 2-1 to the Livermore native. From Boyer. Winchell hits a high chopper over to third. Gonzalez able to glove it and the throw with time. He's got it. Crawdads add 2, but they strand another runner. That's Woodson over at second. We'll take a break. Bottom of the 5th, Harry Setrakian taking over on play-by-play the rest of the way.
Paul Wheeler remains in the game and faces 4, 5, and 6. The middle of this Blues order that has supplied 3 of the runs so far off the bats of Mador, Comerford, and Spear. They each have an RBI apiece. Mador in the first and in the third for both Comerford and Spear. So trying to keep the leadoff man off base. It feels like that's really important right now. Just not letting him get off to really any start, Charlie, because they've come up with runners on base pretty much at will this game so far. So if Wheeler can get through this first batter, Mador, it gives him a very good chance.
Absolutely. They've been able to match the Crawdads in terms of getting the leadoff guy on in all but one of the innings at bat for the Blues so far. The only time they didn't, the second in which Joey Lorenzini was able to strike out Suzuki. He walked Alves, but then induced a 4-6-3 double play. That's the recipe for success. Wheeler has to get Mador out here.
Shadow's beginning to take over the outfield, just a few steps in front of Dylan Perez in center, and right on Aldred and Pulasic in the corners, so might be a little bit tough with the visibility out there. Sun kind of still affecting their eyesight from our right. Basically exactly what you're seeing on the camera angle. Now, Miles Mador in to face the lefty Wheeler, who lifts, fires a sinker down and in for a ball to start the 5th inning. 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Crawdads so far. 6 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors for the Blues as we work into the midway point, past the midway point, I should say. 1-0 to Mador rather, taken for a strike. Another sinker by Paul Wheeler. A lot of run from that pitch, kind of a different perspective we're seeing today. Up a little higher than usual, and you can really see it ride.
Great vantage point we have here at Sinsheimer.
1-1 pitch. Fouled back away. Another sinker. Mador was a little bit late. Mador, who has been on twice today, once a base hit, once a fielder's choice allowed him to get to first, but scored a run the second time up in the 3rd when he reached on that fielder's choice and drove in a run his first time. So creating runs with whatever scenario he's given. So home plate ump will call time ahead of the pitch.
This is a 1-2 count where if you're Paul Wheeler, you can go to either pitch. The sinker's going to move away from Mador, or you can catch him off speed, try to get a slider to hit the front door and catch the batter out in front.
Ball and 2 strikes. He goes with the sinker away, and it's fouled back away to the right again. Pretty much same result as the pitch before. So the backdoor outside slider still kind of open. Maybe a front hip sinker, too. Could freeze Mador up, who's got a lot of power, has homered against the Crawdads this year. 1-2. Another high fastball. This one swung through. Second strikeout for Paul Wheeler. 2nd in a row going back to last inning.
Fantastic challenge pitch. Just go with the sinker top of the zone, and Mador just kind of cuts under it, misses with the bat. That's exactly what you're looking for if you're Paul Wheeler.
2nd strikeout of the day, as I mentioned, for Wheeler. 7th overall for Crawdad pitching. The starter, Lorenzini, had 4. Balello added 1. And the 4th inning, that was the first out last inning. Didn't get out of the inning, but in came Paul Wheeler, who got his first to end that inning. Now a slider opens the at-bat to Comerford, taken for ball 1. Comerford, 4 for 9 all season long against the Crawdads so far. His 3rd game played. He's ahead 1-0. Another slider. This one missed up high. So 2-0 now. Comerford in the driver's seat is driven in 2 runs so far this season against the Dads. Struck out twice, 3 walks, and a double. One of the better 5 hitters in the CCL. 2-0. Swings and misses through a sinker.
That's the challenge pitch you really have to go to down in a count. Go with a little reliable. The sinker has really worked effectively all day for Paul Wheeler. It's been the bread and butter. Able to get a bite there. You got Mador to strike out with it. Why not challenge Comerford?
Now 2-1, still a fastball count for Comerford. He gets one. This one on the inside corner, called for a strike. So there's that front hip I mentioned last at-bat he might go to, and it froze Comerford. It's a pitch that looks like it's coming for the front hip, is why I say it. Then it shoots out to the inside part of the zone. Now 2-2. Goes outside with the sinker, taken for ball 3.
I like the pitch selection there. Another sinker. It's worked most effectively against Comerford. No need to try a slider, but I think a slider in this count, probably not a bad idea. Keep it low in the zone.
Payoff pitch to Comerford with 1 down in the 5th. It's up and away, a sinker. Easy take for Comerford. He's on for the 2nd time today. And just the first walk for Paul Wheeler. Comerford walking like a man down to first. Frankie Valli in the 4 seasons over the PA system. I heard that song first when I watched Jersey Boys, the movie. Have you seen that
there you
one?
go.
Seen Jersey Boys?
No, I haven't. Can't say I have.
A biopic about the 4 seasons. Frankie Valli, kind of the main focus. Well, he was the bassist. Tommy DeVito kind of acts as the narrator, breaks the 4th wall. I saw that film when I was way too young to see it. Kevin Spear now in for the third time. A sinker splits the middle for a strike. He's got an RBI knock as well. Is right off the tail of Comerford's in the third. They both had the same line. Single base hit, RBI, and a strikeout.
Michael Olson warming up right now for Walnut Creek, just in case Wheeler works into a jam here.
Wheeler checks on the runner at first. Comerford back.
Right now, just got to manage the runner, and much like the second inning, Wheeler's best friend is going to be a ground ball double play here after a strikeout and then a walk.
No balls in a strike. Kevin Spear, the DH today, awaits. Takes a sinker on the inside for a strike. Goes down 0-2. Really thinking about Comerford over there, and for good reason. 11 for 12 on stolen bases this season. He's second on this Blues squad. Sitting on 89 as a team, looking for number 90. As time is called at the plate, would just be the second team in the CCL to reach 90 stolen bags. Santa Barbara, one off of 100. I assume they've gotten that.
Probably today.
But slow. Difference is they've played 7 games more than the Foresters and the Walnut Creek Crawdads, who are at first and third in the CCL, so they have a bit of a leg up. 0-2, Comerford will run. Pitch taken for strike 3. Throw down to second is not in time. Comerford swipes bag number 12, but more importantly, Paul Wheeler gets the second out on the strikeout looking.
Yeah, you'll take it. Strike him out, almost to throw him out. Good throw from Winchell, just a little bit offline. I think if you keep it more to the arm side and give Carlisle a chance at the front side of the second base bag, you probably have him there.
I think 0-2, Spear might have been a bit distracted by the runner going too, because that one was right down the middle. Regardless, Wheeler and the Crawdads, they will take it. As now Kosei Suzuki in for his third time, also has a strikeout and a single, just like the last 2 batters entering their third attempts. He watches a sinker for strike 1.
Sinker's working so well right now. No need to go to anything other than it, especially until San Luis Obispo finds a way to catch up to it.
Lorenzini, the starter, kind of started to work in the slider first pitch, but now I think his ripple effect is he's kept these hitters off balance on the first pitch. As a slider swung through, now down 0-2 is Suzuki, but I'm trying to say is that Lorenzini kind of put the doubt in the minds of these hitters early on. Now they're sort of having to catch up to the bullpen arms and how they attack differently. Time granted at the plate, so Suzuki steps out.
Might have gotten a little something in his eye. He's kind of digging at the right eye. Use the jersey as well to kind of get in there. Maybe a piece of dirt.
65 degrees, 10 lower than we began today's game at 6:05 p.m. Now 7:58 p.m. local time, almost 2 hours in. It's been a good one so far. 6-3, Blues lead it in the bottom of the 5th. The 0-2 from Wheeler will hit the back foot of Kosei Suzuki, so he's off the hook. He'll take the walk down to first after being hit, just like Carlisle in the top of the 5th. He got hit in an 0-2 count, so Wheeler loses him. That's a tough one.
Yeah, you know what he was going for. Front hip sinker, like you had alluded to at the beginning of this inning against Mador and Comerford, but just kind of yanks it too far, releases a little too late, and the two-seam ride isn't able to help him out enough.
Sometimes throwing that pitch, you might want to think about ripping it a little extra hard just to ensure that it sort of darts back into the zone, but what that kind of can turn out to be is sometimes you pull it, and that's what happened there for Wheeler. Now Brady Alves stands in, no at-bats yet, 2 walks, a run scored. And he shoots it down the right field side, it will trail foul. Almost some danger over there, but
almost.
About 10 feet foul.
Yeah, and this is the hitter you have to attack. The
Got it.
Previous 2 pitchers, Lorenzini and Bolello, weren't able to attack Alves in the 8th spot in this order, so Wheeler, your job right here, focus on the hitter and get him out by any means necessary. Michael
Olson continues warming up. Might get in if this inning gets hairy, but Wheeler trying to stop it from doing that. 0-1, fouled back.
That's how you do it. 2 challenge pitches with the sinker for Paul Wheeler. Might as well go 1 more. It's been really unhittable in this inning.
What I'm seeing is he's also finally challenging Brady Alves, who's just, 77 on the season. You got to get this guy. They've let him off the hook twice. Before this at bat, had seen 9 pitches, 4 or 8 were balls. Now Wheeler, 2 straight strikes. 0-2. Alves swings and fouls it away, so going to be a bit pesky, not going down without a fight.
And he stays late on the sinker. And I think that means you probably don't want to go to the slider because then he'll be kind of right on time with it and might be able to piece it into one of the gaps.
Certainly in the back of his mind, and another 0-2 count with Brendan Comerford, the first baseman, on second. Kosei Suzuki, the right fielder, on first. Wheeler looking for a clean inning. 0-2. Taken right there. Strike three called. 3 strikeouts in the frame for Paul Wheeler. Excellently done by the All-Star. He's got 4 on the day and a scoreless frame as the Crawdads coming up down 3. Top of the 6th. Final half of the game. Crawdads chasing 3 runs. They've got 3, and well, scoring hasn't really been too hard to come by this road trip so far. Just 2 games coming into today. They had 11 runs, 19 hits, and it worked 9 walks. 3 runs today, and I think just 1 walk. A couple hits by pitch, though, and the 3 runs. The issue hasn't been scoring, Charlie, but it's kind of just been sustaining. They'd scored early, got out in front of it against Arroyo Seco, got 4-run leads, but just saw them crumble.
Yeah, they need to channel. There was a rocket that kind of launched in between the innings. Crawdads need to channel some of that, get some explosive bat movement going.
First pitch is fouled away by Dylan Perez. He's 1 for 2 today. Trying to spark something, get some firewood going again. Shane Aldridge's bat from earlier might become firewood later on, and that he gave it away to a fan. I'm not sure they're going to throw it in the fire pit.
Who knows?
It's theirs to do with now.
True.
The lefty Carson Boyer finished the last inning, keeps working here, throws a sweeper that lands in for a strike. Tough matchup against the lefty Perez, who got a hit against the lefty starter Moose Cuellar, but was caught stealing promptly after. Strike him out, throw him out. 0-2 now. Perez reaches out and just puts the bat on it, keeps it going, foul, rolls it off the right side.
That's what you got to do. Stay
Yeah.
alive any means possible. And that was a absolutely filthy breaking ball from the lefty. Boyer sweeping across the left-handed batter. That's a really tough pitch to even make any contact with.
Still 0-2. Boyer delivers, and Perez watches the slider away.
I like the two-strike Jaws music that they play here at Sinsheimer. That's really thematic, man.
Trouble looming. 1-2 to Perez. Takes just low off the outside. Looked close, and the catcher, Mador, wanted to throw it around. Elijah Ramos on deck, 1 for 2 with a big-time double. Ronson in the hole, he's 0 for 2. Here's the 2-2 pitch. In the dirt, taken ball 3.
That's the plate discipline and the eye that Dylan Perez has. Even if you've got him in a two-strike count, he's going to be very particular about being able to foul something off and take it for a ball.
On-base Machines got a 3-2 count after going down 0-2. Boyer into his windup. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Slider got Perez to chase. He's not happy about it. He laid off it a couple times, but he strikes out for the second time. First of the day for Carson Boyer.
And that's just a filthy pitch again from Boyer. Goes to the slider. He had it work one time before on the foul ball. Then Perez, second time he saw it, held up. Third time was not the charm.
Sort of just fell for the tempting pitch. Was a bit too far outside the last time. That one was obviously out of the zone, but now Ramos takes ball 1. That one, again, was out of the zone, but a little bit closer to where you want to land it, and it showed. It got the chase that time. Now Ramos down 0-1, or up 1-0. Will get hit. Nope. Never mind. Stays in. Just ran away. It looked like it changed direction when it came in. Thought it got his front elbow, but nope. Taken inside. 2-0.
Yeah, just able to just jump the shins out of the way. Otherwise, that would have been a painful hit by pitch.
He's ahead 2-0 on the lefty Boyer. The pitch, backdoor slider, catches it for a strike. Ramos' first hit against the Blues this season came his last time up in the 4th. An RBI double. He's now 1 for 10. Slider taken in the same place. A little higher this time, but in the zone still. 2-2.
Two really nice backdoor breaking balls from Boyer. He's spamming it now. And anything open here against Ramos.
Working very quickly. Slider fouled away. Bounced towards the third base side. It was caught a lot more of the plate, but those two backdoor sliders, pitches you don't have to swing at really until there's 2 strikes. Just not high percentage as a batter. But now 2-2. Got to protect anything. Boyer briskly to the windup. Fouled away right side.
Good sequencing. 3 straight sliders, then go try to speed up Ramos, and he has to give an emergency late hack, keep himself alive. Whole arsenal open for the lefty.
Working very quickly. Again, slider hit hard towards third, diving attempt. Gonzalez can't get it. It's down the line. Ramos has got speed. He'll think about second and hold up after a wide throw at first. The left fielder, Nahar, kind of spiked his throw, but he was getting it in quickly to... He got it in quickly, but sacrificed a bit of accuracy.
Yeah, and Ramos had a very, very wide turn. He thought about 2 the whole time, but Nahar, he's got a lot of speed, able to get to the ball quickly, and just got the ball into the infield as soon as he possibly could. No chance at 2. If Ramos had tried, he would have been out by a mile.
Absolutely. So good decision to stay on first. Back-to-back at-bats with a hit for Ramos, and now Barrett Ronson. He's a bit due. 0 for 2 today. Takes upstairs and therefore a strike. Carson Boyer was working very quickly from the windup against Ramos, similar to the lefty starter for Arroyo Seco yesterday, Joe O'Regan. See if from the stretch it'll be the same. No balls and a strike. Ramos, mediocre lead at first, and Ronson takes a ball. One on, 1 strike, 1 ball, 1 out. There goes Ramos. Ronson pulled hard on a line to left. This will get down in front of Nahar, the left fielder. Ramos had slid into second. Now he'll get up, head to third. Ronson racing into second behind the play, and he's in with a slide. A 1-out double puts 2 runners in scoring position. Crawdads in business in the 6th.
Really well hit from Barrett Ronson, just down a line, turned on the off-speed pitch, and ripped it with pull-side power. He's been looking really well with the extra base hits right now. Obviously hasn't gotten the homer to come across, but man, he's swinging the bat really well right now.
Extra base hits have come back. He was hitting a lot kind of early in the season. Had 3 up in from the start of the season till June 16th. Now 3 in the last 3 games he's played. One against Menlo Park, one in the first game against Arroyo Seco. Took yesterday off and one today. Now Shane Aldridge, good run scoring opportunity. Takes strike 1, a fastball down the middle.
And perhaps for Ronson's bit of that weight lifted off the shoulders. He's already committed, going back to the D1 level with UC Irvine. So a little bit less pressure, as you don't have to send as much tape to new colleges. You don't have as many eyes on you. You can just play a little freely.
Corners in on the infield, Gonzalez and Comerford. They might come home with it as Aldridge fouls the next one off the plate. No balls, 2 strikes with Carlisle on deck. Aldridge has to protect. This is a prime opportunity to get back into this game.
Just got to protect the plate and put the ball in the air. Plate 1 run at least for Walnut Creek if you're Aldridge.
Even a soft liner towards the corners. As I mentioned, they're in, so doesn't take much to beat them. No balls, 2 strikes. The lefty Boyer to the lefty Aldridge. Aldridge pulled hard on a line to second, but it's snagged by Alves. Line drive out. He hit it good.
Yeah, that's exactly the swing you want. Just throw your hands out there, catch a piece, try to lift it over the infield. And if Alves didn't have that first back step, he wouldn't have had that amazing grab, quite frankly. But credit to that second baseman, Alves. That was a monster catch.
The middle of the infield there was sort of halfway in, too, so that one got to him quicker than usual. Still able to make the play. Nicely done. Now Crawdads need 2-out magic to drive in a run. Carlisle in, hits it towards Alves at second on 2 hops. He's got it, and his throw to first. Puts a wet blanket on the firewood. No runs come around, but the Crawdads do threaten, leave 2 in scoring position. Fourth lefty of the day for Walnut Creek. Michael Olson in to take over for Paul Wheeler, who spun an inning and 2/3 of excellent work. 1 hit, no runs, 4 strikeouts to 1 walk. Did it all on 35 pitches. But Michael Olson enters a situation the same way that Paul Wheeler did, down 6-3, or down runs, and just needing to keep it where it's at, Charlie. Crawdads had a real chance to drive in 2 runners on in scoring position with just 1 out in the top of the 6th, but couldn't do it. So it's up to the bullpen to continue to just post zeros.
Yep, got to throw strikes, got to find ways to get soft contact outs. And Olson's a guy who's been able to do that all season long. 1.8 ERA. When he's on, his command is really fantastic. 2 pitches, fastball, curveball, and they both are strikes.
Curveball, the out pitch, the specialty. He'll face the lefty, Diego Gonzalez, batting 9th. Fire a fastball, the first one that he misses inside for a ball. The top of the order then looms on deck. Nahar and Murillo due up to get their 4th plate appearances in the inning. 6-3 ball game, bottom 6, slow leads. 1-0 pitch down low, fastball taken, ball 2.
Got to find the zone. Got to find it soon if you're Olsen. Can't allow free base runners here.
2-0 to Gonzalez. There's the curveball. He half swing and fouled off.
Does the job.
Packed stadium here on a Friday night in San Luis Obispo, the Central Coast. Came up from Los Angeles, did we, this morning. To the short Arroyo Seco stand. 2-1 from Olsen. Curveball taken back up the middle on a line for a knock. Gonzalez on first to start the inning, and the 9-hitter gets on for his first time today. And here's a guy in Dom Nahar who has not been off base a single time. 3 singles, run batted in, and a run scored against the lefty Olsen. And I mean, you see the plan of the Crawdads today. Only lefties out of the bullpen so far, but Slow might have known. I mean, 8 straight righties to begin things, and Diego Gonzalez, the only lefty. Plan that has worked to counter the Crawdads' pitching plan to perfection so far. A lot of it has been thanks to this guy, the leadoff man, Nahar. On all 3 times in his first game against the Crawdads this season. He'll square to bunt, and it kicks away off the catcher, Winchell. Winchell thinks it was off of Nahar and a hit by pitch, but the difference is that'll allow Gonzalez to go to second. And Winchell now going to plead his case a little bit. So the runner will be on second either way. Maybe he got crossed up, and maybe that's why he put his hands up instead, but he's not ready for that one. That's a wild pitch on Michael Olsen.
Either way, another free 90 for the base runner. And, you know, this is kind of start of disaster for Walnut Creek.
Yeah.
Every time that they've allowed the leadoff guy to get aboard for San Luis Obispo, it's led to more runs for the Blues in the first, third, and fourth innings, respectively. And now the 6th shaking up to kind of follow that pattern, and Nahar has been impossible to get out. He's put the ball in play really well. And with a guy at second, especially Gonzalez with a lot of speed, a base hit scores.
And it really kind of starts when you don't cash in at least a run with 2 in scoring position and 1 out in the top of the frame. Now snowballing a bit when you let the 9-hitter take a base hit to start the inning and give him a free pass to second. Now 1-0 to the leadoff man, Nahar. He'll square late again, and this time go around without contact for strike 1. Evens the count. Single by Gonzalez, 9th hit of the day for Slow. Crawdads have 8, but the conversion rate for Slow a bit better so far, 6 runs to the Crawdads 3. Ball and a strike as Olsen looks back to second now. A square around, and he pulls back. This one will hit him like on the knee or the front thigh, but he'll get on to first. So Dom Nahar hit by a pitch. Crawdads have now hit 3 batters today. And it's not what you want to do against the top of this order.
No, can't do that. Got to find ways to get outs. But at least you have the base open. The force out is back in play. You can try to turn 2 here.
Yeah, you want to let the top of an order beat you. Instead, they're kind of just beating themselves. But now, in from short, TJ Woodson, now he draws in the rest of the infield. They're going to chat with Michael Olsen out there. And Charlie, no coach out there, just the guys talking. They trying to figure out what they want to do, how they want to attack this moment here. But it's a really big one.
Ryan Delaney starting to throw some warm-up pitches for Walnut Creek. So looks like Crawdads preparing for the worst-case scenario. If Olsen works into more trouble, they might go with the veteran Delaney.
So Delaney gets going, and Michael Olsen, perhaps as the recently late Bonnie Tyler would say, needs a double play ball more than ever right here. With Diego Murillo, who's been on fire, on base all 3 times. A couple fielder's choices. So he's hit the ground balls just a little too softly, but they've been in a situation to turn 2. First pitch to him's fouled away off the right side.
That's what you got to do. Attack if you're Olsen. Throw the ball into the strike zone and let your defense, who's played really well today, help you out.
Crawdad pitchers have been getting ahead of Murillo effectively. A couple strikes on him in the first, a strike on him in the fourth. He's worked some nice at-bats to battle back. Now here down 0-1 in the sixth. Pickoff attempt to second, skips off the glove of Woodson. Diving back Gonzalez. He didn't quite catch on for a moment of that. If it was a clean operation, maybe would have had a chance. I think he would have still gotten back in, but Olsen, good attempt.
And a good move from Woodson, just speeding right towards the bag. Olsen, if you don't one-hop it, or if the hop is a little closer to the glove, that's a tough play, or close play at least.
On second is Gonzalez. On first, Nahar. Murillo at the plate. He'll square to bunt. Runners go. Winchell was ready to throw down to second because he was a more delayed steal, but Woodson not ready. So he not covering. That's going to be a double steal success. And a really nice play put on by Dean Trainer and the slow staff. Distracting the pitcher with the bunt and the catcher a little bit by Murillo. Pulled it back. Both runners going. Now Crawdads infield going to have to come in and play for the run at the plate. Open base exists at first. Chavez on deck, 0 for 2 today with 2 strikeouts. Second and third now with nobody out. 1-1 from Olsen. Taps slowly in front of the plate and foul.
Got to find a way to put Murillo out here.
You really do, and you got to do it without allowing a run to come in. Obviously, A1 would be a strikeout. Second option, maybe a soft tapper like that, kind of back to the mound. Just feed on to first, and if you are lucky, the runner's going to break for home, and you'll just catch him between third and home, but good base runner over there, and Gonzalez. Also on second, Nahar with speed. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out in the bottom of the sixth in a 6-3 ball game. Olsen going from the windup with the runner on third, and he throws a curveball outside.
I like the selection, just missed with the location. I thought that curveball had a chance to kind of bite back in and find the outer third. But Winchell just set up a little bit too far outside, perhaps.
So now 2-2. Olsen trying to get a tough hitter and Murillo out. There's a long pause. He goes into the windup, 2-2. Again, misses outside with the curveball, just released a bit early. As Delaney keeps working down the left field line, and a righty for San Luis Obispo working down the right field line. In a packed Sinsheimer Park. They want to see their team. They're ready to erupt, ready to see them score more runs. 3-2, Olsen trying to prevent that. Here it comes. Big breaking ball, swung on and missed. Strikeout number 1 for Olsen, and the first out in the 6th.
That's just a confidence booster right there if you're Olsen. Now you know your stuff has got the movement you want it, and you can punch guys out. So you and Winchell, you got to sequence very carefully, but you know that the stuff is there.
Good strikeout numbers for the Crawdads today. That number 10 overall. Both Lorenzini and Wheeler had 4, but Lello had 1. Now Michael Olsen joins the party. So Cesar Chavez now, 2 strikeouts on the day, has gone down twice, 2 of those 10. 1 of 2 Blues to strike out twice, also Kevin Spear. He's still got a good situation though, and the curveball is taken for a strike. Seems like that's where Olsen was trying to place that one to Murillo, and those last 3 pitches was a bit too outside on 1-2 and 2-2, because got the swing through on 3-2 that was definitely a bit more towards the plate.
And he's trusting the curveball now. The Blues got an opportunity. They can sit on it unless Olsen can mix in the fastball for some strikes here.
0-1, infield and outfield both relatively in. This one shot off the hands over the head of Carlisle and into right field. He just dunked it in there. Second run coming around from second. Throw in is in time from right field, but the slide gets around him. Winchell started to argue the call, so Chavez will slip up to second. The throw from right field by Aldridge was absolutely in time. Just became a matter as to whether Winchell made the tag. Home plate umpire said no. And that Nahar snuck the hand in. Brent Cummings wants a chat. That just is a tough feeling.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to look back at this game and, you know, Crawdads really battled back 6-3. This could be the final nail, though, for Walnut Creek. Still a lot of game to play, but that's such a momentum killer for Walnut Creek.
And I hate to bring it up again. It just feels like it stems from the top of this inning. You get 2 into scoring position, 1 out, you can't score. Already down 3 runs. Even if you just score 1 there, cut it to 2, or 2, cut it to 1. Feels like you're a bit closer, but now you get none of them, and then spot 2 for the opposite side, and it starts to become a bigger task. You only have 9 outs left to score at least 5 runs. As Chad on the mound now coming out from the Crawdads dugout, rather. But seems like, yeah, like you said, I mean, that's a tough one to deal with.
Very much so. Gabe Rojas now going to have a chat again with Olsen and the infield, but this is just a game plan for Mador. Really tough out. Got to be very careful with him. Only 1 out in this inning. Got to prevent further damage. Give the offense at least another 9 outs to try to come up with 5 runs.
So they'll break the meeting. Riley Winchell, who has kind of been frustrated all day on a couple of close plays, and almost went his way 0 for 3 at the plate too. Really sort of let it out that last at bat, and rightfully, deservedly so. I mean, he's just been a frustrating day. I feel like that's kind of a microcosm of how the rest of the dads are feeling, right? Just been trying. They've been on the doorstep of getting early rallies going, but just kind of running into outs. Also some just better defensive play by the Blues so far, has nailed a couple Crawdad runners at second and kept their base runners right where they are, not allowing them to advance. So it's been a frustrating day, but Olsen trying to just get it on to the offense, give them a chance. Runner on second is Chavez. He's got a big lead. Olsen from the stretch can't quite get the call on the backdoor curveball attempt taken for a ball by Mador. Run batted in for Mador today. He's 2 for 3, but has reached also on a fielder's choice. Came around to score. Struck out his last time against Paul Wheeler. Now facing his 3rd different lefty of the game, and Michael Olsen. 1-0. Tapped foul.
Good challenge fastball, lower in the zone. It's the pitch we really haven't seen a ton of from Olsen. He's been relying on the curveball to get strikes. If he can throw the fastball, it really helps him a lot. Keeps the hitters off balance. Right now they've been able to sit curveball, and that's why there have been a pair of RBI knocks.
Long look into Winchell by Olsen. Now gets the pitch he likes. Glove at the belt. Checks back to second 1 time and will come home. Another curveball. This one swung and missed. Ball and 2 strikes. Olsen ahead. Trying to not let this inning get out of control. Slow has now scored twice in 4 separate innings. 1st, 3rd, 4th, and 6th. And a potential 3rd run in Cesar Chavez at second. They lead at 8-3. Ball and 2 strikes. Carlisle a light hold on second. Fastball, half swing. Yes, he did. Home plate ump calls it a swing. That's strike number 3, strikeout number 2 for Michael Olsen. And that's what throwing those curveballs early can do, right?
Exactly.
You set the sight line kind of high, break it low, and then the fastball comes up. You think as a hitter it's going to break down and be a bit slower, so you get the bat out, but you realize, whoops, it's a mistake. That pitch is already by you.
Yeah, that's a fantastic sequence from Olsen to get arguably the most dangerous batter in the Blues order out.
And one of the most dangerous batters in the CCL now stands in Brendan Comerford. Hitting an RBI today, also got on via a walk. Still has Chavez on second. Olsen in the Crawdads trying to strand him, and the curveball swing and miss. Comerford out in front as these Blues hitters have been. Olsen early and often with it. Needs this final out here with already 2 home for Slow. Tall lefty. Lifts the leg, fires. A curveball lifted high to right. Aldridge now chasing it back. This one has some good wood on it. It's deep, and it sails up out of here for an opposite field homer. That ball just kept on going.
It's just a brutal break for Walnut Creek.
I thought he Kind of popped that one up off the end of the bat. It just kept on carrying out to right. And Aldridge was chasing it back. I saw him kept running, and all of a sudden it's up over the wall. Wow. That's big-time power from Brendan Comerford going the other way over the 365 marker. That feels like the final punch.
Yeah, that's the nail. I mean, down by 7, 9 outs to go for the Walnut Creek offense. It's probably not going to happen.
Now it's Kevin Spear, 2 strikeouts on the day, also driven in a run. First pitch from Olsen brings in a fastball for a called strike. Man. 10-3. Slow has blown it open with a 4-1 frame. 1-1 now to Spear. Olsen a long pause. He'll go into his windup. And it's a foul back. 0-2.
Crawdads just have not won a game trailing after 7. This is currently the 6th, so unless they're able to tie it up somehow miraculously in the next half inning, statistics don't favor their side. But it's baseball, so anything can happen, Harry, but they're really going to need to rally.
Next pitch. Spun out to second. Carlisle's got it. He'll go to first and end a 4-run inning after the Crawdads can't take advantage in the top of the 6th. The Blues do so in the bottom of the 6th and tag Michael Olsen for 4 runs. It's a 7-run game here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. On to the 7th inning. It'll be a new arm for the Blues, but on our socials after the game, player of the game will be brought to you as always by Worth Group Restaurants, a local collection of East Bay restaurants owned and operated by Rodney Worth. It includes the Peasant and the Pear in Danville, the Bourbon Pear in Livermore, and the Golden Pear in Walnut Creek. Worth Group Restaurants, an official partner of the Walnut Creek Crawdads. And man, I mean, it feels like the Crawdads want to get back to the East Bay.
Yeah, this has not been a fun trip for them down south in terms of what's been happening on the field. Some tough games for Walnut Creek in this 3-game set.
Cooper Fulbright is the new arm righty redshirt sophomore upcoming at the Texas A&M University. And first pitch he throws of today is they called strike to Daniel Pulasic after a 4-run inning for the Blues. They're up 10-3 on the Crawdads. An offense in the Crawdads that has not done great at scoring late. In the midst of this road trip, they scored 5 in the first 5 innings yesterday, then none in the final 4. 5 in the first 5 innings a day before, then 1 in the 9th. It did extend it to extra innings, but they promptly failed to bring the ghost runner in from third, and so kind of was easy as cake for Arroyo Seco to walk that one off. Similarly today, 3 runs in the first 5 innings in the 4th and 5th for the Crawdads, and have not scored since. It's only been 1 inning, but they had a chance to. No balls in the strike to Daniel Pulasic. Takes down low, 1-1. Cooper Fulbright again will be pitching at Texas A&M next season in the SEC. Maybe we'll face Brighton Bull.
Perhaps so.
A&M, a eternally great program. 1-1 outside corner takes strike 2, does Pulasic. Perennially making regionals, hosting regionals very often. The Oregon Ducks went down there a couple years ago and lost in the Super Regional. 1-2 from Fulbright to Pulasic. His pitch is outside for a ball. Fulbright takes over for Carson Boyer, the lefty funky sidearmer who was pretty solid as a stopper after a couple runs against Moose Cuellar. He allowed none in 2 innings, just 2 hits. 1 strikeout, no walks. Kept it clean and got out of some tough situations. Now Fulbright up big on the scoreboard, fires a 2-2 pitch that's fouled off by Pulasic.
Just good emergency hack there from Pulasic, get out of the way. And Fulbright looking in control right now, throwing strikes. That's all you got to do, up by 7, close out the game.
He's one of 2 Texans on this roster from Missouri City, Texas. 2 balls, 2 strikes. To Pulasic, the lefty. He awaits, check swing, it goes foul. Or did he? No, he checked it. Did not make contact. It was off the catcher. The appeal went to first. Instead, he swung. So a swinging strikeout by Pulasic. Kind of a bizarre play. Just glanced off the glove, I thought, off the bat.
And, I mean, I think Pulasic was just standing there in protest saying that I didn't swing at that.
And the problem is, I mean, that pitch went to the backstop. On a check swing, you're told as a hitter you got to stay if there's an appeal. So since it was a drop third technically and went all the way to the backstop, Pulasic could have been on first. But the rules kind of go against that. First pitch now is fouled off. Big swing by TJ Woodson, who's it looked like he swung with a bit of shared frustration in that Crawdad dugout. It's been a tough trip to the south. This is obviously a CCL North game, but the farthest team in the south in the north. 1-1, lined up the middle base hit. TJ Woodson on for the second time at his first base hit. Trying to get a 1-out spark.
Can't quit yet.
Nope.
Still 8 outs to work with. Got a runner on, got to start something here in the 7th. Chip away even just a little bit.
Ryan Ellis, a good guy to have up when you need a rally to get going. Guy we've called Mr. Crawdad, and it's true. I mean, he's just been so excellent over his long career. But GM Austin Oda, after 4 years with Ellis, finally got to meet Ellis's family in LA.
Yeah, it was very cool.
First pitch to Ryan, taken upstairs for a ball. They were more, I think, Ellis's in that Arroyo Seco, the stadium there, than I think there were Saints fans.
Yeah, I think that'd be correct. A little bit barren at Jackie Robinson Field.
1-0 to Ellis with Pulasic off of first, outside ball 2. There were about somewhere from, I don't know, 10 to 15 Ellises it seemed. Maybe not all Ellises, maybe some friends of the Ellis family. But they were out in numbers, and they saw Ryan have a really solid couple of games. I mean, you could look at really any 2 games in Ellis's career and say, yeah, he did pretty well. 2-0 now, half swing, he went around. Didn't want to, but did. Go. And by the way, Woodson on first, not Pulasic, I mentioned last pitch. But always fun when players get the families out, have a big supporting section. Ryan Ellis from Arizona, though, so not, a little closer than Walnut Creek, perhaps, is LA. 2-1, popped high into left center field. Coming over in a jar from left, he'll call it off and settle under, make the catch. 2 down. Quickly, the strikeout to lead off the inning, then the base hit, and there's the fly out by Ellis. As now Drew Longacre grabs the bat and will take over for Riley Winchell at the plate and probably behind the plate on defense too, of course. So, what's going on here?
I don't know. We got some jaw in here. Catcher Miles Mador apparently irritated with something.
I looked down to put Longacre into my book. Was he talking at Longacre or the ump? Or? Wow. So, I don't know there. Was it Brendan Comerford came over to kind of cool everyone down, as well as that I think head coach Dean Trainer was out from the first base dugout. That was bizarre.
Hitter for the Crawdads, it's number 41, Andrew Longacre up to the plate.
So, regardless, that was a bit strange in a 10-3 ball game. Longacre in with Woodson on first, 2 down. First pitch he sees from Fulbright, a fastball catching the outside for a strike. So it's odd you see kind of tensions flare up in the CCL. Guys are kind of all know the idea, right? You kind of just, it's an opportunity to play during the summer, have a little bit more fun. Obviously it gets intense. 0-1 from Longacre. Fastball outside, taking ball 1, but it's more of an environment where guys are just, trying to get some reps over the summer, advance themselves. And while winning obviously does matter as a team, it's a lot of fun to play for a winning team. It feels like if you put together a good campaign on a winning team, it looks better on a resume. 1-1 to Longacre, a slider outside. But sometimes it can get fiery, and when you're playing for first place in the CCL North, it's a time you'd maybe expect it to a bit more so. But haven't really seen signs of it yet this season, not even today, but a little bit between these two. In the first game they played, you were there for that one. I was not yet up. 2-1 to Longacre, slider, taken for a ball outside. But it seemed like things kind of boiled over the first time they played in.
Yeah, lots of chirps, especially coming from the Blues dugout. Crawdads weren't too happy about it, but nothing you can do, especially when you lose.
Enough said. 3-1. Longacre way ahead, expecting something good, but he gets a ball upstairs for the walk. Longacre will take his walk down to first. First plate appearance successful.
So good at bat from Longacre. Just work the count, force Fulbright to throw some pitches, bring it up to the next guy. And now Perez, who hits well against hard-throwing right-handers.
So he's in. He's already extended the on-base streak in the first at-bat of his day. In the second inning, he hit a single, but has struck out twice since then. So our producer, Jack Brooks, had eyes on it. He said that the catcher, Miles Mador, was jawing at Ryan Ellis a bit after his high fly out to left. Maybe he just took exception to maybe some way Ryan Ellis went out of the box. Not exactly sure, but feels like last time these two played, didn't see much between these two teams after it boiled over the first time. And looked like as Ryan Ellis was running back to the dugout, we're reviewing the footage a bit. Miles Mador was backing up the throw to first, and he kind of pushed the pace to meet Ryan Ellis at home plate, say something to him, make sure he heard it. And Ellis fired back, so now Dylan Perez in, but cooler heads seeming to prevail for now. Dean Trainer came in, told his catcher Mador, no reason for that. First pitch is taken outside for a ball, fastball away. Man.
Certainly a game here.
Yeah, top 7, 10-3. Big lead for Slow, but Crawdads still a bit of time to maybe get back. Runner on second and first. 1-0 to Perez, a big swing, and gets a little piece of it. Just to 1-1. Got his A swing off for sure.
Yeah, very much so. Looking to drive that ball. Something he can do. I think you just gotta take a little bit off the swing, put the bat to the ball, let the rest take care of itself, because Fulbright's supplying the velocity right now.
Crawdads have stranded 6 runners, looking 2 more in the eyes. A handful have been left in scoring position as well. 1-1 to Perez. Fastball just outside. Mador had to turn the glove, but tried to frame it. Just 1 for 8 with runners in scoring position today for Walnut Creek. That's not where you want to be. 125 batting average. While the Blues are 6 for 14. That's a 429 clip. It's been the difference so far. 2-1 now to Perez. Takes up and away. So 1 pitch away from loading the bases. Big time run scoring opportunity that would create. And you feel like if the Crawdads even can get 2 in this inning, they're somewhat in it. Would cut it to 5.
Got to chip away somehow. That's the bottom line. Put the ball in play. Try to get a hit. Play to run.
So Woodson on second. Longacre on first. 3-1 pitch awaiting. Here's the offering. It's a breaking ball. Nice pitch on the inside corner. Taken ball for strike 2. Now 3-2, 2 outs, 2 runners on. They'll be in motion. So a base hit deep into the gap might score 2. Fulbright with the infield back guarding the lines. His payoff pitch to Perez is right down the middle, called strike 3. Third time Perez has gone down on strike. Second time he's gone down looking. Another scoreless inning and 2 more runners stranded for the Crawdads. Bottom 7, 10-3. Ryan Delaney in for, continuing a record of most appearances as a Crawdad. He's been very effective this season so far, and now is the 5th lefty to enter today's game, and that's 5 of 6 lefties on this Crawdads pitching staff. And it had been the plan all along to go with a slew of lefties against the Blues, who haven't really hit lefties as well this season, but man, it has not worked to success today. 10 runs coming on against these lefties as Ryan Delaney's first pitch to Kosei Suzuki's way outside. But again, you can't really say it any other way. It's just a plan that has not worked out. 11 hits, 10 runs for this Blues offense that is very, very strong. 5th in batting average in the CCL. Next one to Suzuki is a slider swung and missed. But a team that leads the CCL in all of doubles, triples, runs batted in. Stolen bases also 2nd in that. So once you get a guy on first, they become dangerous. 1-1 from Delaney is like a changeup taken for a strike. Against Kosei Suzuki, who's 1 for 2. Reached base twice. Scored a run, hit by pitch as well as the other one. It's also struck out. That was all the way back in the 2nd against the first lefty, Joey Lorenzini. Now behind 1-2 against Delaney. Fastball swung and missed. First batter faced, first batter punched out for Ryan Delaney. And Suzuki down swinging. It's a Blues offense, though, while they do so many things well, they do strike out at a pretty high rate. Had 271 coming into today, was the 3rd most as an offense in the CCL. However, again, they've played, 32 games, while most teams have played around the 25 to 27, maybe 30 mark. But so the counting stats kind of naturally inflate. However, they have struck out now 13 times today as a swing and a miss by Alves begins his at-bat, maybe on the way to number 13 today. They've struck out 12 times, excuse me. That was the 12th of the day for Crawdads pitching. Delaney ahead 0-1 with 1 out. This one bounced slowly to 3rd, deep in the hole Ramos. He'll fire a hard throw after rocking back to 1st. That is in time to retire Alves. So 2 up, 2 down for Delaney, who is last time out against Sonoma in Sonoma. Had a 1-2-3 inning, threw just 9 pitches and has thrown 6 so far this inning and is through 2 batters. So he's perfectly on pace for a 9-pitch, 3 up, 3 down inning. We're hoping we get that, so we can see that sweet 1-2-3 graphic that our producer Jack Brooks loves, and then everyone loves. It's whimsical, it's wonderful, and it's just pretty cool. It's a slider to Gonzalez off the front side, taken for a ball. From the booth here at Sinsheimer Park in San Luis Obispo. Thank you for joining us, Charlie Limoncelli. I'm Harry Setrakian, our producer Jack Brooks. 1-0, a slider way out in front is Gonzalez. He'll go down, or even up the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. 6 pitches, 2 outs. Now 8 total pitches and a 1-1 count to Diego Gonzalez. A really good frame so far from Delaney.
That's exactly what you got to do.
Slider skips in the dirt, 2-1. I was just saying, Charlie, about how last time out against Sonoma had 9 pitches, 3 outs, and a 1-2-3 inning. In Sonoma, back when the Crawdads had kind of winning game after game. Now just a couple of losses and staring down 3 in a row as there's a high drive to right. I believe it is hooking foul, and it is. Didn't quite have the distance, but it was. It kind of opens out, actually. It might have had the distance. Beyond the right field wall and foul ground, there's kind of a fence that sort of extends out while the right field wall sort of juts in. So that one might have had the distance if fair, but regardless, a long strike 2 for Diego Gonzalez, the 9-hitter. Gets another slider, hits it high to right. This one in the park. Aldridge chasing in. He will get under it, make the catch. So a 1-2-3 inning for Ryan Delaney. Down 7, but he gives the Blues the claw as we head to the 8th. new arm in for the Blues. Third pitcher in as many innings. Fulbright went 1 inning, and gave up just a hit, no runs, a walk, 2 strikeouts. Did face some trouble, got out of it though through 23 pitches. He relieved Carson Boyer, who went 2 innings, and Moose Cuellar, who worked into the 5th, did not get an out, so he gets the 4+ mark. But now it's Cooper Betancourt in charge of continuing the dominance against this Crawdads lineup that has really only shown some, it's shown fight this whole game, but only had the run scoring ability in the 4th and 5th. 1 inning or 1 run in the 4th, 2 in the 5th. Problem is the Blues have scored 2 in the 1st, 3rd, and 4th, and then 4 in the 6th, to the tune of a 10-3 victory. Betancourt faces Ramos, and his first pitch is fouled off. Betancourt, a guy whose ERA is a bit higher than the ones we've seen today, 8.49 in his now 9th outing. So that's a decent sample size. If the Crawdads can get something going, this is the guy to do it against.
Absolutely, got to try to get something to happen.
Rolled on the ground is short, up with it Murillo. He's got a long throw. He'll fire to first, and it's just in time as Comerford picks it up out of the dirt. Ramos out by a half step.
Hard hit ground ball for Ramos, just not in the right location, right to the shortstop. And it took a while for Murillo to kind of field it. I thought there was a chance that Ramos had legged out the infield single, but alas not.
Seems like Murillo knows how good his arm is. He let that one kind of get deep in the hole, rocked back, took his time to fire a fastball over to Comerford. As now Barrett Ronson in. And a big double as last time as he fouls the first pitch away. That Murillo throw is very reminiscent of what Kevin Parker Jr. has been doing all season. He's shown off the velocity on the infield. Guy who does pitch in college too, a closer. So no wonder that he's got the velocity. An 0-1 to Barrett Ronson. Sword swing goes through it, 0-2. Way behind is Ronson. Facing a guy who struggled this summer. Looking to get 2 quick outs. No balls, 2 strikes. And he goes after a slider outside, swings and misses for the strikeout, first strikeout of the day for Betancourt. 9th of the day for Crawdad hit. Second time that Ronson's gone down on strikes. Now Shane Aldridge just trying to keep any hope alive in the 8th. 2 down, nobody on. 2 outs and just 5 pitches rather. And Aldridge bounces the first one back behind the mound, leaping off the mound. Betancourt makes the scoop and will throw to first. Nice play by the pitcher off the mound. And that will quickly retire the side. Just needed 6 pitches. 10-3. Ryan Delaney has earned a second inning of work, and rightfully so. 11 pitches, had a 1-2-3 against the bottom of the order. Now he faces this vaunted top that has just terrorized Walnut Creek today and has kind of terrorized them all season. You look at the numbers of the guys 1 through 5 coming into today. Nahar had not played against the Crawdads yet this season, but has historically beat them up. Murillo was 4 for 7. Chavez was 3 for 7. Mader was 4 for 10. Comerford was 3 for 7. They've all added to those efforts today, so now Delaney just has to try and reverse that a bit as Nahar takes ball 1.
Yeah, try to just keep it here. Give the Crawdads at least one more chance.
Half swing, more like 3/4 of a swing, goes around. Strike 1. But it's the Crawdad offense that has had its chances to help out the pitching staff, which in its own right, giving up 10 runs doesn't give the offense a great chance. There's a 1-1, a slider in the dirt swung through. But it's just the offense got behind the 8 ball because they couldn't get out in front of it, frankly. I mean, a lot of runners stranded in scoring position. 3 over the last 3 innings. 4 if you go back an inning earlier. 5 an inning earlier as this one grounded through the left side. A base hit hard on the ground for Nahar. He is 4 for 4 and has been on base all 5 times. This guy is the perfect leadoff hitter today.
Yep. It's just, like I've been saying kind of all day long, Harry, this is exactly what he did against the Walnut Creek Crawdads all last season as a merchant, man. He just terrorized them at the top of the order.
And he breaks you down because you get ahead, you get 2 strikes on him, and he just deposits a single through a hole on the infield, and he's done it all 4 of the times he's gotten a hit. Now it's Diego Murillo who has pretty much done the same. Backdoor slider misses outside. No balls, or rather 1 ball and no strikes. Not a lot of running on the base paths for either side, though. The Crawdads without a stolen base today. The 1-0 from Delaney, big swing and a miss. Inner part of the plate. Crawdads 2 or fewer stolen bases now in 3 straight games if it holds up as it is right now. They're just 7 and 6 in games stealing 2 or fewer bases, but 13 and 1 in games stealing 3 or more. So the 1-1 in is fisted foul, giving chase Ronson. He's almost got a chance, but it bounces out ahead of him in foul ground for strike 2. But a couple of miscues early on the base pass, Charlie. They did try to set the tone with some early steal attempts in the first and second after leadoff hits, but Miles Mador wiped him out.
Yeah, he's been really fantastic behind the dish, and that kind of set the tone that Walnut Creek wasn't going to be able to do what they do best, steal bags, put runners in scoring position, and then early in innings where you have outs to play with, played them with sac flies and such.
1-2, fouled again the other way. So that kind of just took the wind out of the sails early. You think about the momentum that and the fire in a dugout that a leadoff knock gives. The guy's on deck, the guy in the hole, the guy's coming up behind him. And just to see him wiped out on a caught stealing, it kind of takes it out of it. 1-2 pitch, slider bounces in, taken for ball 2. And on the flip side of that, it feeds the momentum and kind of electricity into the 9 guys on the diamond playing defense and the guys in their dugout.
And to the Crawdads' credit, they have 9 hits today, but they've stranded 8 runners. You just can't do that.
2-2 up high. Longacre had to come up out of the squat to catch that one. Goes 3-2. And that's exactly what it is. And you're a pitcher and a catcher. It fires you up because as a pitcher, you have to think, your catcher's got your back. You can take a guy off the base that you might have allowed on. Payoff pitch now, swiped through the right side for a base hit. Up to second, Nahar, he'll stop there. Second base hit for Murillo as the Blues in business. No action in the Crawdads bullpen. Might be Delaney's inning just to finish. A couple guys on the emergency list, so if it really starts to spiral, might see Jacob Coburn or Miles Brand, but
it's like there is a righty that is starting to throw some pitches now.
Kind of just, oh yeah, there you go. Thought they were kind of horsing around, throwing their gloves at each other or something, but no, he's up and going.
Looks a little bit more like Coburn than Brand, but one of the two.
Slider taken for a strike to Chavez, who's driven 2 runs in the 6th. That was the big 4-run spot for San Luis Obispo, and that was the 2 runs that sort of extended it out of range. Down a strike, skips in, corralled by Longacre. He'll throw back to first. The slide back in time. Murillo gets in behind the tag. Count 1-1 though. Yeah, it looks like the silhouette of Jacob Kubrin. As the field is lit, but not really lights on the bullpen.
Not on the Crawdad bullpen, at least.
1-1 from Delaney. Slider outside. 2-1. Just over 3 hours played. And rolling towards a conclusion. Nahar on second, Murillo on first. Run scoring opportunity, as has been the case plenty of times for the Blues. Next one, a fastball right there, taken for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Chavez has gone down on strikes twice, and the Blues have struck out 11 times today. 12 times, excuse me. I've continually mixed that up. But 12. Delaney got the 12th last inning. Looking for number 13. 2-2 is hit hard into the gap in left field. It's down. Perez actually cuts it off in front of the gap, but boots it, allowing Nahar to score. Up to third goes Murillo. And after a long turn, Chavez stays at first. It's another RBI knock. 11-3. And it just continues to get worse.
The bleeding isn't stopping for Walnut Creek. This is just a brutal game, man.
Miles Mador in now. He is up after a bit of a moment of intensity with Ryan Ellis after he flew out in the 7th. Kind of Mador had something to say to Ellis as he came back to the dugout, but again, does feel like we've come down from that. He's got another chance to hurt the Crawdads. He's done it a few times today, gotten on, scored a run, driven in a run. He watches the first pitch from Delaney dip inside. Also struck out twice, but those 2 strikeouts kind of an afterthought when your team's got 11 runs, 14 hits. Ball, no strikes. Get me over slider, taken for strike 1. We got a long trip home after this, don't we?
Oh, yeah. 4 hours back to the East Bay.
Woo.
If that, probably more.
Delaney quickly working and a swing and a foul back.
And no hotel for the team tonight. We're going straight back.
It's at the point where it's already pretty much confirmed we'll be landing there tomorrow.
Yep.
9:08 p.m. local time, and well, got to do it. You know, it's the price you pay for coming out. You have to think about SLO. I mean, they've been doing this all season long. It's sort of incredibly commendable when they have to come up on the road to play a North team and have been as dominant as they have been. 24-8, looking to improve that to 25-8. They're 3 outs away, looking to add more to their 8-run cushion already.
I'm surprised that, honestly, this game wasn't a little bit earlier out of a courtesy to the away team for having to drive home. Last year when Walnut Creek kind of came down here, first game was at 6 o'clock. Second game was 12 o'clock on a Sunday so they could drive home.
1-2 is fouled back. Yeah, it's a good point. And it does also allow for a smoother getaway from the Los Angeles, Pasadena area. And it's equally almost a long trip to get up here. So need to allow for the time that takes.
Right. But I mean, bus left this morning at 11. Probably could have moved that up 2 hours and moved up this game by 2 hours.
1-1. Rather, the 1-2 skips in. Miles Mador takes.
But who am I to say anything? I'm just speculating, frankly. Spitballing. It's the bottom of the 8th. 8-run game.
It's a big one. We've got an off day tomorrow. You got any fun plans?
Oh, well, I'll be at the Crawdads Bingo Night, which
That's right,
all of you fans in our broadcast, you guys should attend that tomorrow night.
Everyone should go to Crawdads Bingo Night.
Yeah, fun prizes, Giants tickets, a signed Jung-Ho Lee bat.
2-2 hit high into foul grounds at third. Ramos had a great beat on it. He'll race over towards the wall and make the catch. Nice play from Elijah, still going 100%. So gets the first out of the inning after a very quick inning for Ryan Delaney. This one is slowed a bit, and manager Brent Cummings out. We'll see. Looks like he's holding his hand down, maybe saying, hold up. And they are going to go to a new pitcher. So the mystery man, the silhouette in the left field bullpen will be coming in, and we'll let you know who it is in a few moments on the other end of this break. The newest 2026 Crawdad on the pitching side of things, Edward Said enters the game for just the second time this season. At 1 inning, gave up a run. Had 2 strikeouts in that frame of work as well. That's not true. 2 walks, no strikeouts, excuse me. Flipped the 2. And just trying to get this one on to the top of the 9th. His runners on the corners, those are Ryan Delaney's runners that he's in charge of. Chavez is on first, Murillo's on third, with Brendan Comerford up, who takes ball 1. He took on the deep part of right center field for a very impressive homer last time. It at 97 miles an hour off his bat. It just kept carrying and went up out of here over the 365 marker out there. 1-0 to him, also outside, 2-0. But wow, it was really an impressive swing and just his first homer of the summer. 13th, rather the 14th and 15th RBI of his season, as 3 today. As a runner at third out there for him, he takes strike 1, so could be opportunity for another. Delaney exits after 1 1/3, gave up 3 hits, had a strikeout, no walks on 33 pitches. Is already on the books for a run, might get another, but this one to short. Second for 1. Carlisle to first. It skips out of the glove of Ronson, can't pick it. So coming in to score is Murillo. Delaney will be on the books for that run. We'll see if it's earned. It might have been an error on the back end of that double play, but either way, run comes in, makes it a 9-run ball game, 12-3. And regardless, is a single run coming in from third, but the throwing error allows the runner to get to first and keep the inning alive. 12 runs in. 2 here this inning. 4 2 innings ago. First pitch to Spear up and away. So the fielder's choice allows Comerford to reach. Officially goes in as a fielder's choice, so the RBI will count for Brendan Comerford, who now has 4 on the day. He's had a nice one. Next delivery out of the zone, ball 2. Almost a really nice turn, though. I mean, it was a hard throw by Woodson, who made a nice stop deep in the hole.
Yeah, they almost had it. It was well executed. Just throw was a bit low. Tough hop for Ronson to try and pick out.
2-0 to Spear. He hits one hard to left. Coming in is the left fielder, Pulasic. He'll let it drop in front of him for a knock. That was fading and still hit pretty good, so tough play to make. Inning stays alive. Edward Said trying to get out of it, so Ryan Delaney's day now is done. in 1 1/3. Gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned with the 1 strikeout. Every single pitcher has allowed at least 2 runs. Other than Paul Wheeler, he allowed none. And Bolello he allowed 2, 1 was earned. The Blues' plan of attack has been excellent for these lefties today. And now the first righty in Edward Said, they're seeing him well. I think I'm ready to say they're just a pretty darn good offense.
They are. They just make good contact. They don't swing at stuff that's really outside of the zone. They force you to throw strikes, and when you do, they clobber them. That's good fundamental baseball, man. And this is a team that's going to do a lot of damage in the postseason.
Kosei Suzuki takes a mighty rip through the first pitch for a swinging strike. One of many incredibly talented Japanese baseball players here in the United States. 1-0, a slider tapped back to the mound. Said can't glove it. He picks it up, fires a throw into right field, and oh my goodness, this is going to bring home 2 runs. Disaster is becoming something worse than disaster here in the bottom of the 8th.
When will it end, Harry?
I don't know. That's just a play you got to make in the first attempt, and if you scoop it up, Suzuki's got speed. You just kind of got to put it in your pocket. That throw wasn't close to Ronson. He watched it soar over his head, kind of like a kid watching an airplane take off over his head. In utter amusement, just wow, there it goes. Now Brady Alves in with an 11-run lead and a runner on second. First pitch he sees, a called strike from Said. It backs up my theory that I really do believe errors on a pitcher should be an earned run, but those are going to go unearned. Because no doubt that one's on Said. 0-1, nice slider, had a lot of movement, but taken outside. Looking for the chase, and it's a good pitch to do so. That looked like it was going to be on the front shoulder of Alves when it was released, but kicked all the way out past the right-handed batter's box. That's had a good read by Alves to lay off. 1-1, fastball, hard thrown inside. He let out a grunt with that one, maybe some frustration, and was way late on it. A nice pitch by Said off that slider the pitch before. Has a 1-2 count on Brady Alves. 1-2 strikes. Slider a little too high. Comes in, was taken, but it looked like left-right wise was kind of right down the middle, but north-south, bit too high. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, runner on second with 2 outs in a 14-3 ball game. And that one way upstairs. Taken again, so Brady Alves, who is 3 for 40 on the season, is on the precipice of his 3rd walk of the day. He only had 5 walks coming into the day. And he's almost doubled his season total if he gets this one here. 3-2, and it's called strike 3 on the outside corner or thereabouts, and Said will get out of it. That's one that maybe is not called earlier in the game, but Said gets the benefit of the doubt. 4 runs come in. Crawdads need 11. Carlisle, Pulaski, Woodson due up, barring any substitutions in an 11-run ball game. As you take a look at what the Blues have done to the Crawdads so far this season, 9-7 victory, a 5-2 victory, and today it's going to be a 14-something victory, you'd have to think. But one more chance the Crawdads have at slow. It's going to be likely in a 0-3 hole. So they've got to do the work to kind of work back, try and make that game matter like this one does.
Got to get one back at least at home next time on the 16th.
It's on the 16th. Everyone's circling their calendars as Lucas Carlisle takes strike one from Cooper Betancourt, still working after a 1-2-3 8th inning through 6 pitches. Crawdads need a miracle. Carlisle knobs one foul. Down 0-2. It's down 0-2 in the 5th before getting hit by a pitch. It's down 0-2 in the 3rd before working a 3-2 count and struck out subsequently, but he's fared all right, no 2 counts.
Yeah, very much so. He's a very good 2-strike hitter.
0-2. Here's the pitch. Take in, just outside slider. That was just about where Saeed's strike 3 last inning was.
Yeah, just about.
It was kind of a, come on, let's get this game going, strike 3 called.
Right.
But 1-2, he's going to, home plate ump going to give the offense, the visiting 9, a chance as Carlisle stays alive.
Yeah, anything can happen, Harry. Don't you believe in an 11-run miracle in the top of the 9th?
Sure.
It's Carlisle at a table set, then Pulaski, Woodson, Ellis, you know, just a bunch of solo home runs. Just watch. It'll happen.
You know what they say at 9:23 p.m. on Friday nights in San Luis Obispo.
Exactly.
Magic can be in the air. 1-2 to Carlisle. Fastball called strike 3.
Yeah, that's a gross pitch.
Right on the corner. That was fantastically spotted.
Yeah, what a fastball from Betancourt. He heard me saying some stupid stuff in the press box, talking about a 11-run comeback top of the 9th. He said, "Yeah, no, what does this guy know? Nothing."
Hey, you Charlie, up there, watch this.
I watched Betancourt.
He did.
Respect.
We're tipping the hat. It's Daniel Pulaski in. He's been a very bright spot as he takes strike 1. Both leadoff hitters today have done the job. Pulaski 3 knocks, has a run batted in, did strike out last time in the 7th. Dom Nahar also 3+ hits. He's got 4 of them. That one inside to Pulaski, ends up at the backstop, 1-1. But man, you look at those 2 games in Walnut Creek that Slow and Walnut Creek have played this season. Close games, settled by 3 or fewer runs. This one probably going to be different though, 1-1 to Pulaski, taken outside. And it kind of just shows the benefit of having a home game. You have your fans behind you. And if you can get those close wins on the road, sometimes it opens up to a big win at home.
Absolutely.
It's a Blues team that is confident against these Crawdads. 2-1 delivery from Betancourt down low. Looked like a changeup. But man, it really is demoralizing when you see a team that you're battling for the top step in the conference, in the division rather, and they take you out twice at home. 3-1 Pulaski takes ball 4.
Good walk. Pulaski's just such a great player at the leadoff spot. Hits into contact really well, can walk, work long at bats. That's exactly what the Crawdads need. Long term, I should say. Tonight, probably not so much.
Well, long term could extend to the end of this inning if it's an 11-run inning. It would be decently in the future.
You make a fine point, my friend.
Got to get it started somehow. 14-3, runner on first. Woodson takes a strike. If I'm the Crawdad base runners, you have a bit of PTSD from the start of the game from trying to steal, but you have to think
do it anyway.
Slow's maybe thinking defensive indifference, up 11 runs.
Probably.
See Pulaski take second without any argument. He'll stay put. 0-1, slow breaking ball, just too high. Taken for ball 1, evens things. One ball, 1 strike. Woodson swings and hits it hard down the third base line, goes foul.
It's just a good swing.
Crawdads bullpen trying to make a play. They can't get it now. Someone up and over the fence to get it. Is that Royce?
I have no idea.
No, I think
that's a player.
That's a player.
Moves too fluidly.
I was going to say 1-2, bounced foul. Feels like a good majority of the people who started at this game still here. Filled out nicely. This really does rival the vibes at Sonoma's ballpark.
Oh, absolutely. This is much better, in my opinion.
I agree this one takes the cake. 1-2 up and away for a ball. Sonoma's got more of kind of a party, celebratory vibe. This one's, fans are here
It's
to
just
see a ball
baseball,
game.
yeah.
Absolutely. And while it's still a lot of fun, of course, because you get hot dog and $3 beverages. 2-2, Woodson watches it in for ball 3, just misses. But
It was pretty far inside, but big roar from the Blues dugout.
I was going to say then, still on the crowd, it's the vibe here is a little more focused on the game. Well, Sonoma's a bit more fun. Party time, 3-2. Woodson goes after a slider outside for strike 3. Betancourt gets the chase for his 3rd strikeout. He's got 3 total and 6 batters faced.
Yeah, Betancourt's worked really well against these Crawdads. I mean, he had a gigantic cushion, so you can kind of just throw the kitchen sink, see what fits, see what happens. But still, doing a nice job. And now Sutter Moss is going to pinch hit for Walnut Creek, because why not?
I have a feeling what kind of swings he's going to take.
Oh, yeah.
And they're not
He's taking some hacks.
going to be mommy hacks. They're going to be daddy hacks, I think.
Yep, I think that's a good shout, Harry. Because why not?
First pitch takes a strike off the outside to begin his day. And, yeah, his zone is getting wider. 2 outs, 11-run ball game. Can't fault the home plate ump. The Crawdads trying for anything positive. 0-1 takes the ball. Probably the same spot.
Yeah, same spot.
The Blues, in all likelihood, going to advance to 25-8. Win percentage goes up to .758, while the Crawdads will go down to 18-8. Win percentage down to .629 from .720. There's strike 2 taken by Moss, so it's a big difference.
Yeah, it's a very big difference. That'll be the first time the Crawdads' winning percentage is below 700 since the beginning of the win streak.
So 1-2, Betancourt trying to take first place and keep it for the Blues. In it comes to Moss, and he waves through a fastball, changeup, something off the outside. 4 strikeouts on the day, finishes the job for Cooper Betancourt. Strands Pulasic at first. 14 runs, 15 hits, 2 errors for the Blues. 3 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors for the Crawdads. Charlie, quick thoughts. Let's get it going.
Can't leave runners in scoring position, can't leave that many base runners stranded, but it's been a long road trip. The Crawdads have been on the bus for combined 12 hours already, and that's not including the drive home. So, it's going to happen. You played 2 really good teams in Arroyo Seco and the San Luis Obispo Blues. Got to go home and then continue to feast against the rest of the CCL North, where you've done really well.
Blues remain in first place now by a considerable margin. Crawdads have one more chance at them on July 16th. But for this broadcast, that does it for Charlie Limoncelli, our producer Jack Brooks. We'd like to thank everybody here at Sinsheimer Park, the awesome team of interns, of staff members who supply us with this incredible spot in the broadcast booth. We thank them very much for their hospitality and the nice things they set us up with. It was a very comfortable time up here. We loved it.
Very much so.
For myself, Harry Setrakian, we thank you all for tuning in to your Walnut Creek Crawdads. We'll be back in a couple of days.